everybody. Good. Wait, is my mic really bad? Can you guys not hear me? Test, test, test. 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 Wait. Okay. I think we're good. Sorry about that. My mic output was being weird on my end. If there's ever any issues with the mic or anything, just let me know. Farther, so I gotta open up my Twitch chat so I can read that in case anybody shows up. I don't want to do this. Space for this. Yeah, my mic is being weird. I'll just have to talk maybe a little louder and a little more enunciated than usual. Oh, I can't walk.
Let's do this, brothers.
Being weird. All right, let me start my Battlefront. I don't think anyone's here anyway right now, so I'd rather do this now than later. But if anyone is here, good morning. Hopefully you have been having a good week, or had a good Monday. I guess today's Tuesday, right? And hopefully your morning is going well. We're playing some Battlefront today. Yeah, that's about it. You know, there's nothing really else to say. Playing some Battlefront. As my Battlefront loads up here, hopefully it'll be good, work well, work smoothly. So we have 2 people watching on the YouTube stream. Hello, thank you for tuning in, whoever that is. Appreciate you being here. Now I can't see my mouse. This is okay. Give me a second here. My computer's freaking out today. It was acting a little weird before. Yeah, like I literally can't see my mouse now. It was acting weird before the stream, but I thought it would just, I don't know, kind of fix itself, because this has never really happened before. What's going on right now? It's kind of forgetting how to do everything. So I hope it remembers how to do stuff. That would be nice. I've played Battlefront in a couple weeks. Last time I played was the last time I streamed, which is for that, I forgot what they were calling it, but just the day where the community kind of was trying to band together to get people to play Battlefront. Since then, though, there we go. Now it seems hopefully it's all fixed. Since then, the Battlefront on Steam has reached, I think, a peak of 35,000 players, which is crazy. 35,000 players. That, I think, is over triple the player peak before, for like 8 years before a couple weeks ago. That's absolutely insane. And the game's been on sale on like every single platform, I think, because of this surge of players. So they're making a lot of money from this game. Like, people are buying this game. I saw a YouTube thumbnail. I don't know if this is true. I didn't like fact check it or anything. I didn't watch the video, but I saw a YouTube thumbnail that said that they made like $3 million. EA made $3 million on Battlefront in the past like month or so. I don't know if that's true. I genuinely don't know if that's true. I want to say that's probably not true. But oh, okay. Let me put my Battlefront into windowed mode real quick. That way, when I go click on a different page, like the stream chat or something, it won't disappear. It's gonna minimize for a second, and then there we go. And then, okay, cool. I just want to see how my audio is doing. All right, there's still some minor issues with the audio, but it's good right now. The colors on my screen now are really weird, but I don't think it is weird for the stream, which is all that matters. I'm gonna run right into that by accident. I accidentally pressed Q. This is a great start to this stream. This stream is going great so far. But no, yeah, I saw a YouTube thumbnail that said that EA made like $3 million from Battlefront 2 in the past like month or so. I don't know how much I believe that necessarily, but that'd be pretty freaking cool. And you'd almost be like, you'd almost think, well, they can't not do anything after that, right? Right? You would hope that they would see that and be like, oh, maybe we should look into continuing this. So we'll see if they do. But it'd be cool. It'd be really freaking cool. Vance, I remember watching you play Battlefront like 7-8 years ago, and you inspired you to start your own channel. Nice, dude. Now I'm 18 and saw this notification. Thought I'd tune in. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate you being here from way back then, man. Now that is way back in the day. How you doing, man? How's it been? It's I'm honored to hear that I inspired you to make a YouTube channel. That's awesome. Every YouTuber loves to hear that. Hopefully you've been well. Gotta get back in. I'm a little sick from the weeks of not playing. Continue on with the soul class. Maybe maybe I just stick with one class till I max it out. But then that'll leave me with just playing the strategist when I mean, this is obviously way down the line because getting to level 1000 is not quick. But eventually, if I continue, it would leave me with the strategist being the only class I have left to max out in terms of the 4 main classes. The strategist class kind of sucks. I even credited you in my bio. Oh, that's awesome. Left the YouTube game years ago, though. Just graduated high school, so you're enjoying the summer. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations, man. Congratulations on graduating high school. Yeah, enjoyed the summer, man. Enjoyed the summer especially. Not because future summer is going to be bad, but, you know, this is the last summer before, you know, you're a quote-unquote adult in some people's eyes. My mouse is being weird. Got to center. Just have fun, man. And, like, that's also, in my opinion, what life's all about anyway. Just having fun. All right? Enjoying. I saw someone say that the meaning of life might just be doing the things you enjoy and finding people that you enjoy doing those things with. And honestly, I really couldn't agree more. So I hope you have an amazing, amazing summer. 8 battle points away. That's insane. We're here now, but I'm just gonna go until I die, honestly. There you go. Take too long. Okay. I want to be Bosk, but Bosk is better inside. We're just gonna go Maul right now to start off. Buffy. I'll play this game. Where his his F is this twirl. This is being weird too. A lot of technical issues with the stream today. I apologize. Yeah, now my mouse is like moving separately from the game. Okay. Something. All right, let me try to figure this out real quick. I mean, let me just take it off. I'll just take it off windowed. And hope that it doesn't mess things up if I click on any other tabs. Okay. Hopefully the colors were still good for you. Colors are kind of... Now they're overly saturated for me. They were undersaturated before, or desaturated, I guess. Oh, now I'm lagging because of that. Something's definitely up my graphics card. I apologize for these technical issues. It's usually not like this. This is genuinely the first time this has happened. Thanks, brother. What's your favorite hero? You've been getting back in Battlefront 2 since it got revived. Ooh, it's tough, you know? It goes back and forth a lot. I really like Kylo Ren. I've always liked Kylo Ren in this game. I really like Kylo Ren. And I really like Han. Maul's really fun. I mean, Vader's Vader, right? He's classic. I also think Rey's really good in this game and really fun to play. I mean, Anakin's my favorite character ever. Now my mouse is being... reset. I'd say my favorite, though, is probably Han. I think... Yeah, probably Han. I'm rowing into the fray now. Let me write a note to myself to look into this mouse thing after the stream. Figure out now gameplay thing after stream. Yeah, I'd probably say Han. How about you, Kyle? Who is your favorite hero? I'm glad you're getting back to the game too. I'm really happy this game is getting resurgence. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy this game's getting a resurgence. I hope it comes to something. But I said this in the streams that I was doing back, like during the Battlefront, like that resurgence weekend or whatever that happened a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago now, I think. Even if it doesn't amount to anything, well, I said two things. One, if it does amount to anything, we wouldn't know for a while. It's not something that they would announce anytime soon, because even if they start, they're not going to announce the game as soon as they start development in case anything happens behind the scenes to have it be canceled or delayed. You know, that's just going to cause drama. So they wouldn't even announce a new game probably for another 2 to 3 years until it's like almost definitely going to come out, and then, you know, we get updates on it. Maybe we get like rumors, but at that point we wouldn't know if the rumors are credible or not. But even if nothing does come from this resurgence of Battlefront 2, it's still great just to have the game active again and the community active again. You know? Same here. I'm a hand Palpatine main. I've got to head off to go visit your grandparents, but if you're still streaming, I'll hop back in. Have a great stream, and thank you, dude. Thank you for tuning in. Congratulations again on graduating. Hope you have a great summer if I don't see you. And have fun with your grandparents. Okay, yeah, the mouse thing again. This thing is being really strange and is kind of upsetting me. Back to a galactic assault after this game. That way there's some time between games that I can maybe look into this mouse issue. Falling back far enough. I also, I'm going to be saying this a couple times throughout these Battlefront streams just to help cross-promote. I do have a Marvel Rivals channel. I don't know if you guys are into Marvel Rivals. But I have a Marvel Rivals channel where I'm going to be streaming the days that I'm not streaming Battlefront. So I stream Marvel Rivals every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Twice a day. One at 9 a.m. Eastern and one at 7 p.m. Eastern. This Friday is Marvel Rivals Season 3. So I'll be doing one long stream on Friday for that. And I might actually stream Marvel Rivals on Saturday instead of Battlefront, just because it's, you know, the start of the new season. We'll see. But link to that channel, I'm pretty... Is it in the description? It's actually not in the description of the YouTube video. After this game, I'll have to add the Marvel Rivals channel. I mean, it's called basically Rivals. So, yeah, I'll probably be saying that throughout the streams just to try to cross-promote and get that channel a little more active. As usual, though, if you don't enjoy Rivals, if you don't plan on watching Rivals, then I ask not to subscribe to that channel, just so I don't have a uneven distribution of subscriber to viewer ratio. If that makes sense. Seven one one. All right, we're holding pretty good. Well, at least over here. Like this is B. Yeah, we stopped them pretty good. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm not a heavy. I don't have like the machine gun or Gatling gun, whatever it's called. That would have been a good position to do it. Oh. Such a good map. I feel like they give Geonos this a lot, so it's kind of a map. Well, to be fair, they haven't added a new map in this game in, what, 5 years? So, the more you play it, since there's no new maps, it's just going to become a little stale eventually. But, even though this map, I feel like, is given a lot, it is really good. Like, it is really well made. But that's okay. I didn't join late. That's the line. I had issues. I had mouse issues. Outside of screen mode. I did not spell any of those words right. Oh, I need to go borderless. Here. See if that fixes it. I mean, it goes over here, but see when we load in the game here. Well, let's see. Always. That's not actually. I was thinking Jakku was Takodana. It's always a sequel map, though, I feel like. Does that mean that people are just leaving the sequel maps so they're the first ones to fill? It might be. Okay, let's see if I have the same issue. Oh, I'm lagging. Yeah, I still have the same mouse issue. Alright, I'll look into that again after this game. Oh, I am lagging. My graphics too high?
More squads to reactor control. I won't be set back.
They're all on ultra. Here, let's bring him down to high. See if that fixes anything. I usually don't have lag with this game. Okay, that seems to be fine. This mouse issue is going to be even more difficult on an actual multiplayer server against real people and not bots. We'll just try our best, you know? We'll try our best. No big deal. You get this? Oh, nice. Look at that. Didn't get that final hit. That's okay. This is always a tough beginning to get. Oh, look at that final kill right away. I'm better. I wonder how many, and I don't mean this in like a negative way. I wonder how many noobs are on the server right now. Because just the game has been on sale on like everything. EA, Epic Games, Steam. So I wonder how many people who are playing this game for the first time, or first time in a long time. All right. Yes, yeah, that's good. Hopefully. I mean, it's getting kind of shut up right now. Okay. Oh, dude just got rocket launched. Poor guy. I heard boots. Poor guy. Destro. Oh, man. Slade Wilson. We don't talk about Terra around here. Taking this really well. Yeah, that's revenge. That guy killed me before, I think. Oh, what's up? Oh, my mouse went off my screen. There we go. Yeah, my voice Dengar, don't worry about it. I have to like slowly turn to get my mouse back in the right place. Actually kind of funny. It's just annoying. Oh, max number in play. That's fine. I'll go back to the assault right now. You know what? Let me get to level 500 with the assault, and then I'll switch it up a little bit. It's only 17 more levels away. Soda Pop Luna. Come on, we almost got that. Securing east exit. We got the east exit. It's over here. Oh, this is just a slaughter. We're not a hero, guys. There's max number in play. Obviously, right? They're just trying to give me more battle points by letting me die. That's all it is. Go. There we go. There we go. Oh, I've killed Deathstroke Slash a lot. Kind of feel bad. I don't mean to. Well, I don't mean for it to be him every time, is what I mean. Like, obviously, you know, First Order, like, I mean to go after the Resistance, but I don't mean for it to be Jedi, Deathstroke Slash every time. You know what I'm saying? Let the man live once in a while. After 90, that wasn't the first time I killed him either. I see you over there, the blue shield. Oh, I think they got him. East exit secured. Yeah. Still max number of play. That stroke slash again. Oh man. Oh, God. Infantry turrets. I hate infantry turrets so much. Get that. Says cover. Oh, the other guy got me with his sentry. Sentry, that's what they call him. Still max number in play? Alright. I have more than enough though. So I can be a regular. All max number in play. Okay, that's fine. I'm not even hurt by that, it's fine. Wait, let me reset my mouse. Alright. That is that. Nope, it was just a regular guy. Is that the sentry guy from before? Might be. Got him. Well, assisted in getting him. Sulliston. Oh, Chewbacca. Or is that just a regular Wookiee? Am I a Wookiee racist? I don't mean to be.
It won't be long now. The west exit is falling.
Did hear a Wookiee somewhere though, and that does scare me. Is that who's shooting me? Oh, there's a Wookiee. I hear him. That's almost definitely Chewbacca. Yeah, that is Chewbacca. Oh! Sorry. What's up, Red? Got Red, and we got Darth Maul. Heck yeah. Go around. He's absolutely killing it right now. Oh, Anakin. Anakin. Scary. Oh, he's going right to me. He just went past. He went past every single other stormtrooper in the area. Went right to me. All these battle points, and can't do anything with them. Oh no! Go back. Go back. Oh. All right. That was almost cool. Almost got a different kind of reinforcement. But I mean, I'm trying to get to max level on assault anyway. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's actually exactly what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, Deathstroke slash. I'm so sorry, bro. Like, genuinely, I'm so sorry. I really don't mean for it to be you every time. Yeah, there's someone over here. Damn. The melee. Oh, because that's kind of his infantry style. That makes sense. Max number in play. Max number in play. All right. Space bar to load in. Oh, cast this. That'll happen when a stormtrooper comes face to face with Cal Kestis. All right, Soda Pop Luna, let's get this going. Camping us now. Wesley? These? With these? Wessies? I really don't know what the Sith Trooper even does, to be honest.
Final arming sequence.
Okay.
The starboard transport will be destroyed.
That's not a health grenade. The creator's animations. Hi there. Hello there. What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a good day. And get Iden in here because if they're all in that little they're all in that little choke point hallway area. Might as well use a ranged hero. This place? Issues. I'll take this place. Let me see if I can figure this out as well. Look for a second. Doing pretty good. How about you? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. It's always a good morning when you're playing some Battlefront. Okay, so my mouse has been having some issues where it's been like, look, I'm going off to the side and it leaves the screen. I think you can see that, and it's doing that in game, which is not good. So I'm trying to see if there's a setting in Battlefront for that. I don't think there is, unfortunately. Oh, it wouldn't be an audio. Okay. Doesn't seem like there is in Battlefront itself. Oh, slow down while I continue to look into this. Alright, if I'm resistance, then I will find another. Probably honestly just the same lobby as before. Let's see. Yeah, it's the same lobby as before. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just stick with this lobby. Hopefully I don't kill Deathstroke Slash multiple times again. I'd feel bad. Yeah, doing pretty good. It's always, like I said, always a good morning when you're playing some Battlefront. Some technical issues so far this stream, but they're slowly solving themselves. Question mark to knock on wood. Oh, we got an officer on the side. Officer on the side. Too, but it looks pretty fire. Not gonna lie, it's so good. It really is good. I don't know if it's still on sale, but it was on sale on a lot of platforms for a while. I don't know about console. I don't play Battlefront 2 on console anymore. It might be. But on Steam, on EA, what are they called? Origin or EA Games? I forgot what they call it. And Epic Games. It was on sale for like $5, I think. Which is definitely worth it. Especially now, too, with there's been a resurgence in players. So servers are more active than literally ever. About a week and a half ago, this game hit 35,000 concurrent players, which is 3 times more than it ever has been. Like, literally, even when the game came out and was, like, at its peak back when they were still making updates, that's more. Yeah, I gotta figure out this mouse issue, because I just clicked on my second monitor, and it, killed me. But if you're into Star Wars, if you're into these kind of games, I mean, I'd recommend it. But if you're on console, like I said, I don't know if it's on sale. Even if it's not on sale, though, it's still worth it. Although, well, it's not going to be like 70. I don't think, because this didn't come out in those days when modern day when games are like $80. It's crazy. Games should not be that expensive, and I stand by that. The one exception, probably, being GTA 6. GTA 6, when that comes out, I'll pay whatever they want me to pay, honestly. Trying to get it to console because I love Star Wars and the game itself looks fire. Yeah, dude, it is definitely arguably the best Star Wars game. You know, it's definitely up there. And the graphics still look incredible. For a game that is nearing on 8 years old, it's like 7.5 years old at this point. The game looks absolutely incredible. Still feels incredible. And yeah, like I said, with the resurgence, there's never been more players playing the game. The only unfortunate thing is that there isn't any more support from EA. I mean, they'll make some patches here and there to like fix server issues and bugs, but that's kind of standard with these kind of multiplayer games that are still going. Yeah, they're not adding any new maps or heroes or anything, which, I mean, let's be real, at this point, 7.5, 8 years down the line anyway, at this point, they support would probably been canceled anyway. But, you know, still would be nice, right? Still would be nice. If you're a Star Wars fan, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? What's your favorite Star Wars character? Who's your favorite Star Wars character? My favorite Star Wars movie is Revenge of the Sith, which is also just my favorite movie of all time. My favorite character is Anakin, who is also my favorite character of all time. Audio sounds good also. Creators animations. I've been testing some different settings out, so I hope it's good. I hope there isn't echo or static. I hope it doesn't sound too loud or too soft, or yeah, hopefully everything is good. Revan, your favorite character? Your favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith too? Darth Revan's great. Darth Revan's great. I've read a lot of like character kind of pages on him. So like what there would be in character encyclopedias. Obviously he's not in any character encyclopedias because he's not a canon character. Oh, all right. He technically is canon, right? Because one of the Sith Trooper legions in Rise of Skywalker is the Revan Legion. We don't need to discuss how kind of weird that is, but Revan is canon, but like KOTOR and his books and everything is legends. Now, people complain about those stories being legends. I am not one of those people. One, because I think it makes sense that they started from pretty much scratch with the when Disney bought Star Wars, because all the new fans coming into Star Wars would be so overwhelmed with the amount of books and lore and everything. I mean, I was, and I grew up with the prequels. But even I was overwhelmed with all the books and lore and everything. So imagine new people, new kids, new generation, they'd even be even more overwhelmed. So I get it. I'm a defender of that. Also, the whole thing with Legends, right? The reason why it's called Legends is because they're kind of like stories. You know, obviously it's some to more of a degree than others, right? The Heir to the Empire trilogy, once Dave Filoni's movie comes out, you know, in 3 to 5 years, that's going to be the canon version of the Heir to the Empire, right? So that's not really going to be what I'm about to say, but with Legends, it's kind of like these are folklores, these are tales, these are legends within the world of Star Wars. Or at least you could choose to see it that way. So I just read the first Darth Bane book. I have the whole trilogy, but I just finished the first one. So good also. If you like reading, if you like Star Wars, if you're a fan of Jedi and Sith lore, which for me, that's the best part of Star Wars. I can't get enough of Jedi and Sith stuff when it comes to Star Wars. Yeah, I highly recommend at least the first Darth Bane book. I haven't read the second two, or the second and third one, but I never hear anything bad about them. I just always see praise for the entire trilogy as a whole. But you know, those books are categorized under Legends. But right now, like, there's really nothing, as far as I can tell. Maybe in some books there's some contradictions, but you know, as far as I can tell, as far as I know right now, there's really nothing that contradicts at least that book in Legends, so, or in canon. So as far as I'm aware, it's quote unquote canon. You know, I'll put canon in quotes. I know the other proper term might be headcanon. I don't know if I'd go as far as say headcanon, but that's what I appreciate about Legends. Long story short, long way of saying, I really appreciate that they categorize them under Legends instead of just not canon. And here's the thing too, right? People want to, like, everyone who tries to, you know, hate on Disney Star Wars, and I'm gonna say this too, I'm not a Disney Star Wars shill. There's things that I don't like about Disney Star Wars as well. It's not perfect per se necessarily, but I just try to stay more on the positive side. I don't like overdoing the hate and negativity for no reason. People who always try to hate on Disney Star Wars conveniently leave out the fact that George Lucas really, I mean, he it's not that he didn't care for and didn't like necessarily the expanded universe, but he also didn't necessarily consider it canon. He always considered it sort of a subsection of canon, right? That was a long way of saying, with the Darth Revan stuff, I haven't played KOTOR, and I haven't read his book yet. I want to. I have it. This is a funny thing, though. I have KOTOR 3 different ways. I have KOTOR 1 and 2 on Xbox, but I don't play my Xbox anymore. So then I got it. I saw it was on Apple and on iPhone. I was like, oh, great. Let me get it there. I can play it on the go. It makes it so much easier for me to complete the game. So I got KOTOR 1 and 2 on iPhone. Never ended up playing it. And then finally this year for May 4th, KOTOR 1 and 2 were on sale for like $2.50 each. So I got them both on Steam for $5 total. I'm going to end up playing them that way because I was also looking into it, and there's mods that you can add for KOTOR 1 and 2 on PC that just make the experience better. Nothing that, I'm not going to do anything that actually changes the gameplay in terms of like making it too easy or whatever. And nothing that changes so I'm playing as like, you know, Luke Skywalker. But just more quality of life mods, which I wouldn't be able to have on Xbox or phone. So it ended up working well. I haven't started them yet, but I am going to end up playing them. And I have the Revan book. I was going to start reading it. I got the Revan book like 3 years ago. But then I just searched up like, hey, should I read or play anything or know anything before going into this Revan book? And people were saying, you should play the first 2 KOTOR games. And maybe some of the Old Republic online before reading the books. Like, all right, I'll play the games. And then that whole thing with the games happened, and then now I'm, now having a PC, playing the games. Long story short, I find Revan a really interesting character here, actually. I have a Revan skin for it's glitching a little bit, for Kylo Ren. Which, if I get Kylo Ren, you'll be able to see it. But, yeah. Long story short. Anyway, let me try again to go in full screen mode just to try to fix this. Just to try to fix this mouse issue. Second while it loads. Hopefully it doesn't lag too badly. Alright, still have the mouse issue, even on full screen mode. That is weird. Alright, so I'm going to switch it back to windowed then, just so it doesn't close out when I go into... just so it doesn't close out when I go into other... Oh, now this is being weird with the colors. Sorry, technical difficulties. I apologize. Okay, I didn't mean it. I meant to click resume, but whatever. Yeah, sounds all good? Thank you for letting me know. More of a Sith dark side, to be honest, but Revan was in both. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And he looks awesome, too. This is why he's one of your favorite characters. I would want to see Revan in one of the new Star Wars movies or series. Oh, now we're getting some lag. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I am of the opinion that Old Republic... Okay, so this is also going to be kind of a long-winded answer, but Star Wars is my favorite thing ever, so I'm just very passionate about it, so I always have a lot to say with Star Wars. I always say that Old Republic should be a show, right? Because there's just so much to Old Republic. There's just so much to Old Republic that if you make it, like, a blanket Old Republic movie trilogy, you... Okay. Hopefully we're back. Let me open up my chat again. I apologize for that technical issue. My OBS just totally crashed out on me. Second here, make sure, are we all good? Okay. I apologize for that. I thought I had fixed that, but I guess not. No worries. No worries. Let me open up my Twitch as well. Twitch is up. YouTube is up. Okay. I apologize about that. We're back. I don't think the mouse thing is fixed, but at the very least, looks like everything is back up and running. I don't want to do that. I want to go multiplayer, more Galactic Assault, and hopefully we just don't get Jakku again, or Takodana. Put me back on that indoor one, actually. That'd be cool. Hoth is fine, too. I am more than happy with Hoth. Fine by me. Oh, it's Sunset Hoth? Oh, baby. Oh! Oh! Oh, the mouse thing is fixed! Oh, look at that! It's all good and you're right about the series because it has many things too much for a movie. Yes. So, okay. Yes. That's what I was talking about. Let me get back to that discussion now. So, that's what I used to say, right? But the more I think about it, I still believe that... Oh, now the actual gameplay is lagging on your guys' end. On my end, it's not lagging. Oh. Okay. Is it lagging for y'all? Is it the gameplay lagging, audio lagging? Try to make some things smoother so it doesn't lag. No, it's not lagging. Okay, cool. Maybe then it's just because I have my game and then two different things open. Okay, so then actually, to make it easier on my computer, let me just pop out my chat. If it ever starts lagging, then just let me know, because I'm not going to be able to see my stream. Just to try to make my computer run better. I don't want it to lag. Okay, so as I was saying, apologies that I keep getting interrupted. As I was saying, that is what I would say, is I would always say that Old Republic should be a show, not a movie, for that reason, because of the runtime and everything. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, the Old Republic's not one story. The Old Republic is an era. So by all means, have Old Republic books, have Old Republic movies. But the key is just don't have one Old Republic trilogy. But the bigger thing too is it also depends on the story, right? So the Darth Bane book trilogy, I think, should be a 3-season TV show. I'm also a big believer that just book adaptations in general should be TV shows. Not always. Not always. And the big exception for me to that is the Hunger Games adaptations. Those movies are perfect adaptations of the books. And they're movies, right? So it's fine. But with... Sorry, I tried to delete a message on my Twitch. I For the most part, I think book adaptations should be shows. I just think it works so perfectly, right? Like, books have chapters, you know, 2 to 3 chapters an episode. Like, you already have those cliffhangers. You already, like, it's all there. It's already there for you in a perfect TV show format. KOTOR also, I mean, I haven't played it, but KOTOR, since it's a video game, should probably be a show. You know, look at The Last of Us. I know Season 2 is controversial, you know, but also Last of Us, the second Last of Us game is controversial. So, it scared me. So I think KOTOR should be a show as well. The Revan book, it's a singular book. I haven't read it also, so I don't know how the structure is. That could go either way. And there's certain stories where, you know, you're gonna want at least 1 or 2 Old Republic movies to make them big block, but like Old Republic is so big and popular with fans that you're gonna want 1 or 2 at least to be big blockbusters. And there should be 1 or 2. What those stories are, honestly, I don't know. I still need to do more research and just expose myself to more Old Republic content. There's also, I apologize I'm going so long about this, but I have very strong opinions about Old Republic, especially, and Star Wars as a whole. But Old Republic, and I include myself in this, a lot of people say they like the Old Republic and say they want Old Republic movies or shows or whatever. They want Old Republic to be done in canon and in live action. A lot of people say they want that. But a lot of people who say that they want that have only ever seen the KOTOR cinematics. Now, those cinematics are amazing. Amazing. That's what's got me into Old Republic, were those cinematics. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing if you've only seen KOTOR cinematics. If that was your introduction to KOTOR. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Or not KOTOR, to Old Republic. That's not a bad thing. But those only show a tiny, tiny sliver of the Old Republic. They really don't tell a lot of the Old Republic story, and they're in a very specific style. So when we see other things Old Republic, I stand by this. After reading I was saying this while I was reading the first Bane book, and I stand by this now after finishing it more than ever. If the first Darth Bane book is adapted into live action, whether it be a show or a movie, if it stays close to the book, it's going to be hated by a certain subsection of the fandom regardless. If it makes changes and deviates from the book, people are going to be upset that it deviated from the book. However, there are things that happen in that book, specifically involved with the Force and regarding the Force, that if adapted 1-to-1, people are going to be upset and going to say it breaks canon. When it's right there in the book. It's been written, you know, I don't know when those books came out, but it's right there. No matter what happens with the Old Republic, Disney, Lucasfilm, you know, however you want to clarify or however you want to classify, you know, Star Wars or whatnot. You know, like who runs it, who's making it, right? They're in a lose-lose situation. Because people have these so high expectations of the Old Republic that no matter what happens, they're not going to be satisfied. No matter what happens, Disney isn't going to choose. The first Old Republic story they tell is not going to be the story that every single person wants, right? Some people are going to want Darth Bane. Some people are going to want Revan. Some people are going to want Malgus. Some people are going to want Nihilus. Some people are going to want Exar Kun, right? There are so many different stories. They're not going to appease everybody. And specifically, you're never going to appease that one subsection of the fandom. And at this point, you got to consider whether or not it's even worth it. It's a whole thing. And like I said, I know this is a very long-winded answer and discussion. But it's kind of everything you got to think about when it comes to Old Republic. I think, my opinion, my 2 cents, is... Jeez. Here's my 2 cents, right? Here's what I think. I think you start with adapting KOTOR 1 and 2. You start with adapting KOTOR 1 and 2. You also, at that same time, make a prequel movie in the Clone Wars animation style about the Mandalorian Jedi War, aka the fall of Revan to the dark side, and Malak to the dark side. You do that at the same time. That way, you don't... But you keep it secret, right? That way you don't spoil any twists for the KOTOR show for the people who had never played the games, because there's the majority of the Star Wars fandom and the general audience, the majority of the people who are going to be watching this KOTOR show had never played the game. So they don't know the twists, right? And you're not going to want to spoil that. But you make the prequel show, you make the prequel movie at the same time. That way, you can also have the same actors voice the characters in the movie. You release that movie on the big screen. I also fully believe there needs to be an animated Star Wars movie in theaters. They have perfected the animation style with the Bad Batch. Absolutely perfected it. And I'm sure it's going to look just as good, if not better, with the Maul show. There needs to be an animated Star Wars movie. And I think a Mandalorian Jedi War animated movie would be the perfect animated movie to put in theaters. It would be absolutely perfect. The scale of it, the story, the characters, but also it's a younger Revan, right? He's what, like 19, 20 when he goes to fight in the Mandalorian Jedi War? It is the absolute perfect movie to do this. Anyway, you do that, right? You release KOTOR first. You release the KOTOR show first. Obviously, make it good. You release it first. Everyone gets invested. Between seasons 1 and 2, release the movie. I mean, it probably wouldn't make $1 billion, right? It's an animated movie. Because of that, some people aren't into animated movies. Fair enough, right? Even though I think Clone Wars animation, Bad Batch animation style is like the best animation style. Maybe I'm biased because of Star Wars, but you release that, it makes a good amount of money. Just make a good movie. It makes a good amount of money. All before this, though, when you announce the KOTOR show, recreate, and I'm not saying, like, don't put all the effects into it. Don't make it super high quality. Make a stunt. What do they call it? Not a stunt viz, but I forgot what they call it, but pretty much pre-viz, which is short for pre-visualization, stunt video recreating one of the Old Republic cinematic lightsaber battles. But also clarify, hey, we're not doing that story right away. We're not going to Malgus right away. We're starting with Revan and Malak. We're starting with Knights of the Old Republic. However, we know you guys love those cinematics. We know people love the cinematics. So, here's sort of a proof of concept showing that the lightsaber fights in the Old Republic, they're going to be just as good as you remember and just as good as you want. That way, you automatically win people's trust. KOTOR Season 1, Revan Malak prequel animated movie, KOTOR Season 2. And then go all over the Old Republic, right? Don't go linearly. Make some stuff before KOTOR. Make stuff after. Make the Dark Bane series, right? Go all over. The Old Republic spans centuries, right? Don't limit yourself by going in order, because you don't have to go in order. You got to win people over from the get-go, though, and you got to take it slow. You gotta I'm making a video about this on my Marvel channel in a couple weeks about the MCU and how the MCU right now is shifting more towards being investment focused than being necessarily profitable. And I think Star Wars needs to do something similar. I think Star Wars needs to shift gears after Ahsoka Season 2, after the Dave Filoni movie, which I think they're both going to be really, really good and make a good amount of money. I think they got to shift to being investment-focused instead of profit-focused. I'm not saying totally ditch the goal of making a profit. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still a business. And their goal should be making money. Like, that's just how it works, right? Their goal should be to lose money with each movie and each project they're releasing, right? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, by investment, I mean, start by making shows and movies that have a great script and are going to be good and fans are going to like. Even if they might not make as much money back as you want. And I honestly think they unintentionally, I think, started that with Andor. They unintentionally started that with Andor. I don't know if they're going to continue that. Andor was not the biggest show ever, right? It didn't get the most amount of views, which means it probably didn't make the most amount of money for them. However, the quality of Andor... Now, I like Andor a lot. I didn't like Andor as much as most people just because it wasn't about Jedi and Sith stuff. I totally get what it was going for. It's still a really good show, especially the last 5 episodes of Andor. The last 5 episodes of Season 2 are absolutely amazing. But the quality of Andor for a lot of people was so high and was so much better than almost anything that has been put out in Star Wars since Disney has bought Lucasfilm, that it won over a lot of the fans that might have been lost due to anything, you know, what people have basically been, like, whether it be the sequel trilogy or people's opinions on Book of Boba Fett or whatever, you know. It brought back a lot of fans, and they have to continue to do that. I stand by, and I know I'm not a business person. I'm not a businessman. I'm not one of the stockholders in Disney, so obviously they're going to disagree with me, and because of that, I'm just talking out of my butt right now. Like, you know, this is just some dude who has no real investment. He's just a fan. Obviously, he's going to want there to be good movies, but I stand by the fact that Star Wars is more divisive than it's more divided than it's ever been, right? And there hasn't been a Star Wars movie since December 2019. I know we're getting The Mandalorian and Grogu in May, and I think it's going to be good. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to win people back. They gotta slowly just start making investments rather than going for big swing after big swing. If you try to hit a home run on every single swing, you're never going to hit a home run. You're never going to win games. But if you go for base hit, double. Oh, they hit a home run. Great. Base hit, double. Steal. You're gonna eventually win more than you lose. And that's what Disney has to do. That's what Lucasfilm has to do. They gotta start going for base hits. They gotta start going for doubles. They gotta start making these stories. They gotta make these scripts as perfect as it can be. Allow the director to make the vision that they have, right? And make good stories first and foremost. Instead of going for big blockbuster after big hit, right? After fan service after fan service. Now, I say that with the caveat. Fan service is on. Also, what's going on, Charles Studer? Welcome, nice to have you. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a good day and a good week so far. We'll love to see an Old Republic trilogy, but that's what we're discussing right now. I'm on a very long Old Republic rant, if you will. TLDR is, I think they should have Old Republic movies and shows. I think the Darth Bane book trilogy should be a 3-season show. I also believe that if the Darth Bane books were made into an adaptation nowadays, whether movie or show, a certain subsection of the fandom would dislike them regardless. I also think you start with the KOTOR show, while at the same time making an animated, in the style of Bad Batch and Clone Wars, an animated prequel movie to that about the Mandalorian Jedi War, aka the Fall of Revan and Malak. Release that in theaters after the first KOTOR season, then do KOTOR 2, and then go about, regardless, back and then go back and forth through the history of the Old Republic, because there's just so much to do. But what I was saying is, they gotta start making investments, and they gotta start winning people back with good movies and shows rather than going fan service. Right, I was on fan service. Fan service is a term that's been thrown around the Star Wars community like gangbusters over the past couple years. Everyone and their mother is like, oh, they're ruining this show with fan service. Oh, look at this fan service here. Oh, fan service, fan service, fan service. This might be a controversial hot take opinion, right? Off the top of my head, I can't think of a bad fan service moment in a Star Wars movie or show. What I mean by bad is a moment that doesn't make sense in the story or the lore. Let's take a look at every fan service moment that, at least off the top of my head. If I'm missing one, please let me know in the chat. But let's take a look of every fan service moment in Star Wars in recent history. I'm gonna try to go in order as much as I can, but I might miss one or two. First one is Bo-Katan showing up in The Mandalorian Season 2. That makes the most sense, probably, out of any fan service moment in The Mandalorian. They all make sense. But Bo-Katan makes the most sense, especially because Season 3. I mean, I was saying this argument when Season 2 came out before we had a Season 3, but I'm like, she's Mandalorian. That's it. Like, there's no other explanation needed. She's Mandalorian. Now we have a Force-sensitive child that the Mandalorian is taking care of. When he goes to see Bo-Katan, who is she gonna recommend to him to see for Grogu other than Ahsoka? Absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody. Ahsoka showing up in Mando Season 2 makes so much sense. Ahsoka and Bo-Katan are good, longtime friends. Ahsoka's still around. Of course Bo-Katan is gonna tell Mando to go see Ahsoka. That makes sense. Now, Ahsoka not taking Grogu under her wing is debatable. It's fair enough. I think her argument makes sense. But then you then argue, well, then she takes Sabine under her wing in her own show. Yes, but her character arc in Ahsoka is about opening up and becoming this master and becoming the old Ahsoka, not staying this grizzled, hardened Ahsoka, which I liked and appreciated. Some people could argue it retreads the same ground that Luke went through in Last Jedi. Fair enough. But whatever. So then, after Ahsoka, who makes the most sense to train Grogu? I said this the entire time. I made a video about this on my Star Wars channel, saying this before Luke showed up. Luke Skywalker makes the most sense to train Grogu. Luke Skywalker is... We know that Luke Skywalker is starting to make his own Jedi Academy. We know that Luke Skywalker is making a Jedi Academy. We also know that there's not many younglings at this point in time. Rarely, maybe no younglings at this point in time, right? So who makes the most sense to be his first student? Grogu. That Luke Skywalker... Is it fan service? Of course it's fan service. Fan service, though, does not automatically mean bad if it makes sense within the lore and for the story. And those moments made sense within the lore and within the story. After that, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any other quote-unquote fan servicey moments. I mean, people say the whole Kenobi show, fan service, you know, whatever. Fair. But that's kind of what I mean, too, by trying to tie all my points together, right? That's what I also mean by they need to go for good stories and make sure the scripts are as good as they can be before making anything. Kenobi was something that every single fan wanted. I like the Kenobi show a lot. I know people have mixed feelings on it. I like the Kenobi show a lot. But it's not perfect, and it's not as good as it should have been. I think everything with Obi-Wan, Leia, Anakin, Vader, peak. Some of the best Star Wars we've ever had. Everything with Reva, in my opinion, some of the worst Star Wars we've ever had. No hate towards the actress, right? Or the writers or anything. You know, like, no hate to them. It just wasn't for me. I know some people who love that story. I know people online who are fans of Reva and that character and that story, and that's great. I'm not trying to say they're wrong. It just wasn't for me. And that's okay. I think, though, they could have taken some more time, instead of trying to rush it out, to just get out a Kenobi show that everyone wanted, right? Took more time to polish it. And that's what I mean by, instead of prioritizing fan service, prioritizing good stories. Making a Kenobi show makes sense. Having him leave Tatooine to save Leia makes sense. All that makes sense. None of that is fan service that doesn't make sense. None of that is bad fan service. They just got to take more time on the show. That was a very long rant. I hope you guys didn't get bored from that. I hope you guys followed all that. I have a tendency to talk in circles and in tangents and kind of go in loops and zigzags. I hope that all made sense. But that was my long-winded answer and thoughts on the current state of Star Wars and what they should do moving forward. Maybe you disagree, I don't know. Maybe you agree or disagree, I don't know, but yeah, that's long-winded answer. I'm very much not a Disney Star Wars hater. There are things that I dislike with Disney Star Wars, but for the majority of things, I think they're actually really quite good and is over-hated just for the sake of being hated. But that doesn't mean they're perfect, and there's definitely ways that they can improve the franchise moving forward. Yep, very long, but I don't have too many Star Wars liking friends, so talking with somebody like this feels good, not gonna lie. And that's the point. That's why I do YouTube. Like, straight up. That's why I do YouTube. Star Wars is my favorite thing ever, right? I have been a fan of Star Wars ever since I was 2 years old. I'm not kidding. That's not an exaggeration. Literally, since I was 2 years old. And it's been my favorite thing ever since I was 2 years old. My entire life, I've loved Star Wars. And I love Marvel. I love DC. I also have a Marvel. I have a channel. I have a DC channel. I stream Marvel Rivals on my Marvel Rivals channel. I have a lot of channels because I have a lot of passions. I have a lot of fandoms. But anyway, the reason why I do YouTube, why I stream Battlefront, why I talk about Star Wars, why I make Star Wars videos and Marvel videos and DC videos, right, and do these streams, it's just because I enjoy those things, and I want there to be some place on YouTube, online, not just YouTube, online, where people can come to discuss these fandoms, to celebrate these fandoms, without worrying about toxicity or hatred or judgment. And those are the three biggest issues that we find within these fandoms these days on YouTube, on the internet. There's so much toxicity and negativity within these fandoms that it almost feels draining and off-putting to be in these fandoms at times, right? Star Wars especially. There's a very strong vocal section of the fandom online that is super negative about anything. And if they hear you even say you like the sequel trilogy or like something they don't like or whatever, they come for your throat. And that's not fun. Look, I don't like Rise of Skywalker, right? It's the only Star Wars movie I don't like. But if someone comes in here saying they like Rise of Skywalker, that's awesome, bro. Like, good for them. I want to celebrate that. I want people to be here and feel free to express their opinions and likes and dislikes in a civil way without feeling like they're being judged in a safe space. That's what I want my channels to be. So I agree with you with what you're saying. It feels good to talk to people like this because that's how it should feel. That's how it should feel, like being in these fandoms, being in the DC. You shouldn't feel ashamed to be a DC fan or be a fan of, let's say, I'm just going to use an example. I didn't like Black Adam, right? I'm just going to use examples. I hit my mic. I apologize. I'm just using examples of movies and stuff I don't like. Not to express my dislike to them just as an example. I'm not a fan of the movie Black Adam, right? But, you know, if someone comes to my DC channel, talks about how much they love Black Adam, I'm not going to tell them they're wrong, nor am I going to talk down to them. I'm going to say, that's great. Why? Why do you like Black Adam? I want to hear it. Like, express your love for Black Adam. In the Marvel side, if someone, here, Marvel side, I really like Thor Love and Thunder. People really dislike that movie. It's my favorite Thor movie. I love Thor Love and Thunder. I haven't rewatched it in theaters, but I really want to. I thought it was really funny, but I also love romance stories. I love that. And I thought the emotional beats really hit. I love Thor Love and Thunder. Not many people do. So I'm going to create my own space where I feel safe to express my love for Thor Love and Thunder without any kind of judgment or negativity pointed to myself just for having an opinion and just for enjoying something, right? So yeah, that is definitely my goal when it comes to YouTube and my channels, is just for there to be a space where we can all just discuss things. That doesn't mean we have to agree, you know? That doesn't mean we all have to agree with each other. In fact, we all shouldn't agree with each other about everything. You know, where's the fun in that? There's some of the best times I have, my friends, is discussing our disagreements about these fandoms, but we do so in a civil and a kind way that it doesn't put anyone down for disagreeing, right? To be honest, the only really thing I hate about Disney Star Wars is the duels, because they are pretty slow and a bit actionless, but Kylo Ren is a good character too, but most hate him. I am mixed on Kylo Ren. I don't think the duels are bad. I mean, the duels, they're not my favorite duels in the entire franchise. I think it makes sense that they're kind of slow. It's kind of for the same reason why they're slow in the original trilogy. Now, the real reason they're slow in the original trilogy is just because they were made in the late 70s, early 80s. Like, that's the real reason why the lightsaber battles are slow in the original trilogy. But they get faster as the movies go on. And you can argue that the sequel trilogy duels should be faster. Also, while I'm saying this, I don't want to feel like I'm ignoring you. What's going on, King Hambo? Nice to have you here. Thanks for tuning in, man. How you been doing? Hopefully you've been doing well. I don't want to think I was ignoring you, so I just wanted to shout you out there. But anyway, I can understand why people and people like yourself were disappointed in the slowness of the duels, because, you know, you're thinking it's modern times, right? Like, look at how fast the prequel trilogy duels were. Let's continue that. And that's totally fair. For me, I think it makes sense that they're slow because the duels are between Kylo Ren and Rey. In Force Awakens, Rey had never picked up a lightsaber before. That was her first time. And that was a whole other thing about her being a Mary Sue. I disagree with that with her being a Mary Sue in Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I disagree with that. But, you know, that's her first time being a lightsaber, so she's wielding a lightsaber, so she's not going to be Anakin Obi-Wan fast in Force Awakens. Kylo Ren also in Force Awakens, obviously he's had much more experience, right? But he's severely injured. He just got a Wookiee bowcaster blast to the kidney or to the liver. I forgot what side he got shot on, but to the side of his, you know, stomach, right? He is severely injured. He's not going to be performing at his prime. He's also not trying to kill Rey in that fight. So he's not going to be going his hardest or fastest in Force Awakens. I think the fight is fine. It was really cool when it came out. I haven't rewatched Force Awakens a lot since then, but it's not a bad fight in my opinion. The Last Jedi duel with Kylo Ren and Rey at the Praetorian Guards, absolutely love that fight. I know some people have criticized some of the choreography. You know, one of the Praetorian Guards' weapons disappears. One of them, you know, gets hit when no one hits them. Like, fair enough. I'm not scrutinizing fights to that extent. If I have to freeze frame to find something, if I have to specifically look for a goof to find the goof, I don't care. And Rise of Skywalker, I only have seen once. I honestly don't have any urge to rewatch it. I don't love the fights in that either, to be honest. But to go to the Kylo Ren thing, I think he was a well-written character in Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I actually think the stuff in Last Jedi with Rey, Kylo Ren, and Luke is some of the best writing in all of Star Wars. Like, genuinely, I find that story so fascinating and so good. Rise of Skywalker is where it loses me. Because, for me, it totally it went back on everything Last Jedi set up, especially with Kylo Ren and Rey. And it didn't justify a lot of it. The, like, Kylo Ren turning good and then dying, okay, you know? I think there was so much potential for him to be a character that wasn't like Vader, that really did go to the dark side and didn't come back and didn't get redeemed, right? And in Last Jedi, Luke, and people, this is something that people, I think, okay, I'm kind of, I almost was a, hypocrite there. I almost judge people for their opinion, but I see a lot of people complain about Luke's writing in Last Jedi by saying he felt the good in Vader. So what? He just didn't feel he didn't feel the good in this kid, so he tried to kill him. Like, Luke Skywalker would not feel the good in someone, right? But that was the whole point. The whole point was that, yes, Luke did still feel the good in Vader. There still was good in Vader. So Luke wanted to try to turn him back to the light side. In Last Jedi, Luke did not feel that good in Kylo Ren anymore. But even more importantly, that people miss, Leia didn't feel the own good in her son anymore. At that point in time, Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo, was gone. Legitimately was gone. It's not like how Darth Vader kept saying Anakin was gone, and really he wasn't. He was just, you know, kept inside. Ben Solo really was gone. His own mother didn't feel Ben Solo inside Kylo Ren anymore. That was the whole point. That was the whole point. So then going into Rise of Skywalker, there was this opportunity to have Kylo Ren be just this evil dude with a tragic fall, but without any hope of redemption. And that's tragic. But then they just went back on it. And I wasn't a fan of that. I think he's fine in Force Awakens. I think he's really good in Last Jedi. And I think he falls short in Rise of Skywalker. Right? For me, Rey goes the same way. Quote-unquote off-putting, I'm getting fat. Hey, man. Enjoy life. Occasional pudding here and there is good. I didn't think The Force Awakens was that bad, and I was expecting for the next two, but ended up being big letdowns too. Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I really like Last Jedi. Like I said, I really like everything with Rey, Kylo Ren, and Luke in Last Jedi. I'm not a fan of the Finn and Poe and Rose stuff in Last Jedi. So it kind of evens out for me. But everything with Rey, Kylo Ren, and Finn... Oh, no, sorry. Rey, Kylo Ren, and Luke, I absolutely love in Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker, I really didn't like. I think it's a fine and fun action-adventure movie. I don't really like it as a Star Wars movie, so I haven't rewatched it since the first day I saw it in the theaters. I think, this might be a hot take. I'm curious what you guys think about this. My hot take... Well, I have many Star Wars hot takes. I have many hot takes. You'll come to find it if you continue to tune into my streams and videos that I have many hot takes. I'm a man of hot takes. My hot take is the best piece of Star Wars content that has come out since Disney has bought Star Wars is Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka, which is crazy. I'm not a fan of the character of Ahsoka. For most of the Clone Wars show, I didn't like her. I thought she was kind of annoying. In Rebels and in first season or second season Mandalorian, her first appearance in that in live action. In Rebels and Mandalorian season 2, I thought she was fine. I didn't hate her, didn't love her, but she was fine. But I love the Ahsoka show. I love season 1. I am so excited for season 2. 1, because I love season 1, but 2, because they're going more into the Mortis stuff. Man, the way that I watched every episode of Ahsoka with my best friend. The way that I literally said, yo, we gotta pause, when the statues of the Mortis gods showed up, I freaked out, dude. The Mortis arc is, I mean, the Siege of Mandalore, easily the best arc of all the Clone Wars. But, like, it's not even fair. But it's not even fair to put that in the discussion, because the Siege of Mandalore is just so good. It's practically its own prequel movie. So I don't, like, obviously I count it, but it's so good that it's in its own discussion. So my favorite arc in all of Clone Wars is the Mortis arc. I absolutely love the Mortis arc. I love the lore behind it, and it gives my favorite character ever. So, I mean, like, it's all about Anakin being the chosen one. So it's just like, obviously it's gonna be my favorite arc. I love the Mortis arc so much. I love the lore of that. Oh, is the lightsaber? No, it's purple. So when they showed up, the way I freaked out that they were setting up something with the Mortis gods, oh my gosh, so peak. But yeah, I love Ahsoka. I think the best Star Wars that came out from Disney was Kenobi series. Fair enough. I'm a fan of Star Wars, Marvel, and Sonic 2. Pretty nerdy in all two hands. Hey, fair enough. If you're a fan of Marvel, I also have a Marvel channel called Basically Marvel. The link should be in the description. I'm going to... I want to start uploading more consistently on that. I'm just doing YouTube again consistently for the first time starting this week. I've been taking a big break for a long time. I've been doing YouTube for 8 years, but off and on. But I want to start doing consistently. I just want to make high quality videos. I used to just make videos of just images kind of changing every 5 seconds. And I want to make more higher quality videos. So that's kind of where I've been stuck on that. With this new puppet that I made that's currently on screen, I think I can finally make higher quality videos that still aren't as high quality as I would like them to be, but high quality enough for me to feel proud to upload them. So yeah, I have a Marvel channel. If you want to go subscribe to that. I mentioned this before. If you know the game Marvel Rivals, I have a Marvel Rivals channel that I'm now going to stream on the days that I'm not streaming Battlefront. So I stream Rivals every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This week I'll probably do Saturday as well because it's the new Rivals season. And I do Battlefront streams Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, typically. Yeah, I have to add the Rivals channel to the description right now. So give me a second to do that before I forget. But yeah, if you want to subscribe to those, if not, like, no worries. Obviously no pressure. You obviously don't have to, but actually, let me go Rivals before. Check. Yeah, I keep promoting that channel a lot, especially because it's one of my newest channels. So it has the least amount of subscribers and viewers. But also, I only want people to subscribe and tune into that channel if they actually plan on watching the streams and videos. I don't want to have a uneven distribution of subscriber to viewer ratio. Okay. There it looks awesome. It does look awesome. It does look really awesome. YVNGXBP420. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. Thanks for tuning in. So is it cheating? It is not cheating. The skins that I have are purely cosmetic. They add nothing. They don't add new characters. They don't add new abilities to characters. They don't change stats at all. So it's totally okay. It's totally multiplayer safe. It's purely cosmetic. I also have a channel and I want to make an Alan Becker type of fan animation because I have like 12 seasons of ideas, each with like 8 episodes. Go for it, man. The biggest advice I can give you is to just start, right? I also am someone who dabbles in animation. That's what my videos would be. It would currently be the Muppet that I have. I would animate the Muppet to be talking to my voice, you know, with some videos and stuff. But you just gotta start. Like, I was terrible. I'm still not amazing, but I was terrible when I first started, and it was really frustrating too. It's gonna be, I don't know how much, you know, experience you have with animation, but it was really frustrating to start. It took me about 2 weeks to fully model everything that you're seeing with the puppet and make it work properly, and that's after a couple years worth of learning Blender. But I think it's working pretty well. Obviously, it could always be improved. There's always room for improvement, but it's working pretty well. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck with that, man. Definitely go for it. Just start and don't worry about finishing quick. Like, make it the best it can be. I wish you the best luck with that, man. It's like revenue skin for Hellrain in the game. Yeah, it's not cheating. It is in the game. I play on PS5 and it's not there. Yeah, so this is just for PC. No, I totally agree. I definitely don't support cheating at all. Unfortunately, mods are just for PC just because of how modding works. You can't really mod console, unfortunately. Maybe you can, but it's just really, really difficult. You can mod on PC. There are mods that do add new characters, that do add new abilities. Those mods, though, are not multiplayer safe. So with those mods, you either play in instant action, so just by yourself, you know, offline. Or there's also multiplayer, like fan-made multiplayer servers called Kyber servers, where you can join modded servers. That way it's not cheating because everyone has the same mods. I want to look into those more. I looked into those back when they first came out, and I just couldn't get them to work for me. Now that I'm hopefully going to be streaming, you know, 3 days a week, twice a day, I want to look into them more to see if I can get it working so I can vary up the streams between regular vanilla gameplay with just, you know, modded skins and actual, like, modded server gameplay. I think that could be fun. I don't have too much experience, but I'm trying to learn stuff. Right now, you're just scripting episodes. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's smart. You know, script out what's gonna be in the episodes, and then learn around, you know, spend your time learning around what's gonna happen in episodes. That's smart. You scripted the first 2 seasons, a bit of season 3. Nice. Did you do it through Cussa? I don't know what that is. I apologize. I don't know. I used to play Battlefront on console, and then it became free on Epic Games a couple years ago. So I downloaded it there, and it became easier for me to stream that way as well. Oh, that's not going to help. So because of that, because I happen to have it on console that way too, I ended up modding it. So now I have the mods for it on PC, and I've only played on PC since. I apologize, I don't know. Something also, no worries. If it can, that'd be great. I definitely look into it, because it definitely makes the game... I mean, it's a really enjoyable game as is, but if you're someone like me, who's been playing the game since launch, having the mods definitely makes it enjoyable. I don't think there'd be able to be, like, Kyber servers or anything on console, but maybe the cosmetic mods, which are enough for me to make the game a different experience. Hello there, Matthias. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome back. How's it been? Also, I'm just looking at my screen now. We're at 452 subscribers. That's incredible. That's crazy. That was a crazy jump. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I really appreciate it. If you want, hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I do a stream or a video. The plan is to stream, like I said, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday on this channel, Battlefront 2, 9 a.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern, with some variation, obviously. Like, you know, life happens. Like, if I'm busy one night, I'm not gonna stream today, but I'll let you guys know on my community page. I'll just say, make a post, say, hey, no stream tonight, or whatever. But yeah, thank you everyone for subscribing. I just wanted to shout you guys out. I appreciate it. I do have other channels if you're interested in other fandoms, DC, Marvel Rivals. Like, if you're interested in checking those out, check those out. If not, no worries. Only subscribe to those channels if you're interested in those channels. But anyway, wanted to shout you guys out, say thank you. But yeah, let's keep going. How are you? I'm doing good. Doing good, Matthias. How are you? Is it easy to get the cosmetic mods on PC? It is relatively easy. There are a lot of tutorials out there. I downloaded these mods a while ago, so I don't remember exactly how to download. You have to download. I think you have to do something with Frosty Mod Manager. I forgot how to exactly download that and install that properly, because it's been a while since I did that. But after that, after you get Frosty Mod Manager working, then you just go to Nexus Mods. There's a website called Nexus Mods, and you just download the mods. And I think you put it into the folder. You know, there are steps to do it, you know, for sure. But once you, like, understand the steps are very easy. But there's also the more complicated stuff, I think, comes later, when there are a lot of mods you want to have installed, but some conflict with each other. So you kind of have to figure out what conflicts with what. You have to make sacrifices for some mods. You have some and not others. Like, there's an amazing Asajj Ventress mod, but it's Asajj Ventress for Kylo Ren, and I already have the Revan mod for Kylo, So I had to make a sacrifice on which one I wanted. There's also an amazing Padme mod for, I think, Lando. But it was conflicting with another mod, so I had to, unfortunately, not use it anymore. That, for me, is where it gets more complicated. But there are plenty of tutorials on how to do it. Honestly, if I end up figuring out how to do it again, how to install Frosted Mod Manager, I might make my own installation tutorial. It honestly just depends on if I, 1, remember, and 2, figure out how to do it again. So I even plan to make, like, a non-canon episode related to Star Wars, so with lightsabers and the Force. I didn't script that one yet, though. I might do it today. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I gotta find a good angle here. Crate. If you play Battlefront, you probably agree. This first phase on Crate, gotta use Specialist. It's just, this is the Specialist phase in all of the game. 1, because it's just so, like, there's no cover. So you gotta keep doing this, and the snipers, right, give you the most range, most damage for the range. But also, the Specialist, in my opinion, is the least fun class to play. So, since this is the best phase for Specialist, I gotta slowly level the Specialist. Like, see, my Specialist is level 63, right? In comparison to my other classes, Assault, 485. Heavy, 147. Officer, 95. Specialist, 63. Right? So any small progression I can give with the Specialist class, I'll take advantage of it. I don't love using Specialist, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, I gotta take cover, though. I can't be sitting out in the open. Something got the bell up. Keep the work up, gang. I might check out the Marvel channel, too. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you continue to enjoy the content and stick around. I'd love to see you around. Keep you around more. There's really no cover there. So as you can tell, not great with the Specialist. So it also allows me to get some practice with the Specialist in. At the cost of possibly better gameplay. Kind of ironic, too. Back when I was a kid, I was actually really good with snipers in video games. It was like my best class, if you will. I had this vivid memory. I don't know why I still remember it, but I have this vivid memory of going over my best friend's house. My best friend in, like, first grade. Kindergarten, first grade. Going over his house, playing the first Battlefront game ever. The first ever Battlefront game on his Xbox. Like, his original Xbox. Not even Xbox 360. Original Xbox. The only time I ever played on the original Xbox was this time. We were playing the original Battlefront game. And I was a sniper. And I was getting these kills. And I remember him being so impressed by my sniper skills. Being like, whoa, you're, like, really good with snipers. Now I'm not great with snipers. Gonna go now, though. Have a good day, y'all. And good luck on the channels. Thank you, man. Good luck on your scripts. Good luck on your channels. Appreciate tuning in, Creators Animations. Hopefully I'll see you around someday. But if not, have fun. Be positive. And, yeah, best luck with everything, man. Be able to push up here, or are we gonna die if we that's definitely, yeah. I overextended there. I pushed too far. Fine. Oh, is my jazz not going? I gotta turn the jazz music back on, folks. I forgot. I forget to turn on the jazz music. Silly me. There we go. Now we got some jazz to go along with our Battlefront.
Resistance Commander landing.
What I like to hear.
Sensors indicate an ATM-6 has been rendered defenseless. Backup requested.
I hate infantry turrets. I've hated infantry turrets since the first game. They're absolutely the bane of my existence in Battlefront. I am the biggest infantry turret hater you will find. Genuinely hate infantry turrets. Oh, air grenade. They snipe gameplay. Someone's launching the ion disruptor. We gotta get them. What are they doing? Slacking over here. Go this far. Oh, we can't go this far. Wonderful. Oh, there's a head. There we go. Can't pop your head out around me.
Unloading the bolts.
Okay, now if all three of us are here, though. All three of us here, none of us can aim properly. What's up, Revan? Damn.
Al Walker will reach them shortly.
Behind enemy lines, that son of a gun. Smart. This son of a gun.
One of the resistance leaders is here.
Sorry, Papa. Thank you. Killing corn. People. People. That's the species that I would use in the original Battlefront, in the Battlefront 2015, I should say, not the original Battlefront, but Battlefront 2015. I was a Quarren, and
I hope you got more than that.
in this game, in the what's it, heavy. Jeez, why couldn't I think of the heavy class? The heavy class. I was a Quarren also.
Ion disruptors have disabled the walker. You must defend it. Scramble is running. Special operative on site and hitting the resistance.
Nice. Good save there. Good save. Can we get this far? Can we peek out? Or is this going to be... Nah, this is too far. Okay.
ATM-6 defense is down. Resistance assault underway. Intervene immediately.
It's going to come to me.
Push forward.
Oh, we're pushing forward? Word. Okay.
I've got this.
Let's push forward. Stay here, actually. I wasted my E4 there. Come on. Let's unlock. Come on.
Capture squad. Take
I'm waiting.
control zone.
There we go. All right, so yeah, now we're in the hangar. So next time I die, I'll switch from specialist to the assault class. Oh, this thing is crazy. I love the overexposure. I genuinely do. I love that this is like a realistic exposure where like we're going out from very bright to dark, so we can't see that well inside it from the outside, but as we get inside, we can see more clearly. I love that. It's like, it's such a little thing, such a little detail, but I absolutely love it.
The mine hangar will soon be ours.
Test this, don't want to mess with him. BB-8 and BB-9E are so needlessly overpowered in this game. It low-key kind of upsets me. Well, I mean, it also upsets me because they were the last heroes added to the game. We don't have Padme or Ventress or Cad Bane or Ahsoka or anyone in this game. But also just because, like, BB-8? BB-9E? Really? Of all characters? Aha! That's right.
Capture approaching.
I'm such a powerful stormtrooper, I can roll out of the way of a force push. That is definitely how the force works.
We've driven back the resistance. Now's the time to quash them completely. Grenade out!
Like, really pushing up here. We're doing this fast. I don't mind. I don't mind speed running through Crate. Not my favorite map.
By destroying the power consoles.
I think we have one more side. We got to go to be on the resistance side of Crate after this, and then they're gonna take us to Agent Kloss, right? And then we'll get to some maps from like the original trilogy and prequel trilogy. Oh, Rey. Rey. I didn't know she was here. I might try to find another lobby after this just to try to get some other maps, like other trilogy map variety. This Revan skin is great. Here you go. Oh, stay back. We just gotta go around picking people off. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of them. Yeah. All right. Play it smart, Dingus. Play it smart. Oh, this is a duel. Oh, this is a duel. I'm notoriously really bad at lightsaber fights. Oh, he's just saved me there. Holy crap. Can't go forward anymore, right? No, I just go up. Okay. See you over here. I see you over here, Jet Trooper. I see you over here. You ain't gonna get away from me. Oh my gosh. No. Damn, they got away from me. That's crazy. That's actually crazy they got away like that. I'm honestly impressed. I'm not even upset.
Generator unpowered. Grenade out! The special operative is deployed to the battlefield.
Kill with that grenade? That's crazy. That's wild that I got to kill with that grenade. Absolutely wild.
Door sealing. We can't let the resistance escape. Command has sent one of our best to assist.
Fast LaShawn mod for Ray, actually. That's pretty cool. I say, or the mod that I picked to download from my own game. It's pretty cool, though. Damn. That point
The
is
Supreme Leader
big.
has little will win this war, though we may not
That,
live.
honestly. Yeah, let's try to get a new lobby with some nope, not arcade. With some other trilogy maps. Yavin 4. Trilogy map, but Yavin 4 is great.
We held out against the Death Star. We can hold our camp a little longer.
Grenade out!
Go. Oh, jeez, that was... Give it.
Who is that? Imperial elite on the ground!
That one.
Enemy elite on sight! Watch out!
Grenade out! Starting assault!
Footsteps. I gotta get out of the temple.
They have control of the Westgate station, but without the East station...
Jeez.
it won't
Oh,
help
yep.
them.
Fall back. Gotta fall back. It's probably too far back. I'm falling right now. Yeah, let's get my right here.
Grenade out!
Vader has come. Beware.
Hit him close! Go!
We've got
Down
to recover the
less
East
than
station
half.
now.
Century. Gonna stay here until I stop seeing blue. Oh, he's got more. He tricked me. He still got me, right?
They've downloaded all information from the briefing room.
Okay. We joined that one late. No big deal. Back, animations. Welcome back. There you go. Ooh, loving this jazz right now. Did you guys hear? Oh, you can't hear? It's fine. That's so unfortunate. That really makes me sad. Thoughts on if we will see Battlefront 3 down the road? I do have thoughts. I tried to script out some episodes, but failed with the planning. Someone do it later, some other day. Fair enough. I totally get it. Oh, we're on Theed! Dude, Theed is my favorite map in this whole game. You guys don't even know. Okay, wait. I want this jazz to be playing now. Give me a second. The jazz music is like a staple of my channel. It's like that and the puppet is what makes my channel unique. You guys hear that? Let me know if you can hear the jazz. Let me know how it compares, volume-wise with the gameplay once the game starts. If I need to turn something up or turn something down. Okay, so thoughts on if we will see Battlefront 3 down the road. Okay, I do think that we will see another Battlefront-esque game down the road. I don't think it will be called Battlefront 3. Nor do I think it will be EA and DICE who makes it. I don't think it's going to be Battlefront 3 just because it's going to be so long between games, right? So, between Battlefront 2, 2005, and Battlefront 2015 was 10 years. Battlefront 2, the one that we're currently playing, was released in 2017. The absolute earliest that we would get a new Battlefront game, this is assuming that they haven't been working on some studio has not been working on a Battlefront game secretly. Okay. We're gonna stay a little bit, see if players join, because I really like Feed while we discuss this. So this is assuming that there hasn't been a Battlefront game secretly in development, before this resurgence. So let's say this resurgence of Battlefront has gotten someone, some studio to finally start production on a Battlefront game. The absolute earliest that we would see a Battlefront game would be maybe 2027, but realistically, if we want the game to be good, which we do, realistically, 2028 would be the absolute earliest we would see one. That would be 10 plus years after this game came out, which is crazy, but it would be that. So I think it would be the start of a new Battlefront franchise. So it would either be called Battlefront just, again, Star Wars Battlefront or Star Wars Battlefront and then some other name after it, like how there's Battlefront Rogue Squadron, it'd be called Battlefront something, right? That being said, will they use the name Battlefront? I don't know. I think it makes sense to marketing-wise because there's already a built-in fan base for that, but it could also just be another multiplayer game akin to a Battlefront. I don't think it'll be EA and DICE because they seem to be really into the Battlefield right now. I don't understand why. Obviously, I don't work at EA and DICE, so it makes sense that I wouldn't understand why, and obviously I'm biased towards Battlefront, but they totally abandoned Battlefront 2 to make Battlefield 5, which was not good, Battlefield 2042, which had a horrible launch. I think it kind of steadied out, but it really wasn't all that great. And now they're... people are leaving. Darn. All right. And now they're diving even more into Battlefield with not one, but two new Battlefield games they're working on. The next one, which I think they're going to call Battlefield 6 or something, and then the Battlefield game after that. They're totally diving into that. So I don't think EA DICE, as much as I want it to be... we already played Geonosis today. As much as I think it'd be cool, I don't think it's going to be. So it need to be something else. Who would that studio be? I don't know. But also because it's not EA and DICE, I don't think they would call it Battlefront. Although EA and DICE, they don't own the name Battlefront. Like, that's not theirs. I don't know. Long-winded way of saying, I think we will definitely get a Battlefront-type game within the next 5-ish years. Just because there is such a big demand for Battlefront, and there's such a... There's an empty space right now within the Star Wars game world. The only current ongoing Star Wars multiplayer game is Star Wars Hunters, which is being shut down this year. And that was just a mobile and Switch game. So there's a place for it. There's an opening for a game like this, and there's obviously a call for it, a want for it. There's obviously a fan base for it. So we will definitely see a multiplayer game. I genuinely hope it is just a Battlefront 3 with updated graphics, updated gameplay, and just everything. So I have this opinion as well. I have this very strong opinion. I've had this opinion for years. I think for the next Battlefront game, and I'll just call it Battlefront, again, like I said, I think it'll be a Battlefront type game, maybe not necessarily Battlefront. But the next, I'm just going to call it Battlefront for ease of discussion. The next, I fully believe they need to take literally however long necessary to make the next Battlefront game. I don't care if it takes 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Genuinely, I do not care. Take as long as you need to make it the best game it can be. But also, what that means is to add as literally every single thing you can for launch. That means do not hold back with any heroes. Do not hold back any skins. Do not hold back any game modes. Do not hold back any planets. Do not hold back any blasters. And I'm not saying make all that free. I'm like, you know, skins, make skins paid, right? Or earnable. I'm not saying like have everything unlocked right from the get-go, but it's still in the game and releasing, right? Because there will never, and when I say never, I mean never, there will never be a dry spell for post-launch content. There's always new Star Wars content releasing, whether it's shows, whether it's movies, whether it's books, whether it's other games. There are always new Star Wars content to release to add post-launch content for. And that includes Legends. Maybe don't add every single Legends character at launch, you know? Maybe you don't have every single Old Republic Sith and Jedi at launch, but add those characters, save those characters for periods post-launch where you need somebody, or where you need to add characters. I'd be okay with that. I would love for Old Republic and Legends characters to be in the game, but I can also totally understand not having them in the game at launch. Totally. Because they're Legends. They're not canon, right? I fully believe that. I don't care how long it takes. I will wait however long is necessary for the best possible Battlefront game there is. And I think more people need to realize that. There are a lot of people on the Battlefront Reddit and the Battlefront community, rightfully so, I'm not blaming them, I'm not saying they're dumb or anything, but saying, like, Battlefront game in 2026. No. No. That's almost impossible. The only way that that happens is if that new Battlefront game is absolute dog trash. That would be a terrible game. That would be an incredibly rushed, basic, bare bones, hollow shell of a game. It would not be what we want or deserve. People also say, well, why not just continue support for Battlefront 2? I understand that instinct to say that. It's not that easy. Battlefront 2 is running on a game engine from 2016, 2017. Game engines have expanded and what's the term? Not expanded, but grown so much since then. This game, I believe, is running on Unreal Engine 4, or it's not running the Frostbite engine, but like game engines have grown so much since then. It's gotta be modernized. The code is just so old, and the code was also made and used by the old team. Unfortunately, good for the developers, but unfortunately for us, the players. The old team that worked on Battlefront 2 no longer works at DICE. They're either working on Battlefield games or they just left DICE altogether for other things. Now, one of the developers has come out and said, hey, we're all scattered and it would take some time to get us all back together, but we all want to come back to make a Battlefront 3, you know? So it's not impossible, but yeah, it's also very old code, and it's not as simple as just updating the code. It's really not that simple. Like, you really need to make the game from the ground up again, just because of how long it's been since the game came out. So continuing support for this game is kind of not, I don't want to say it's not possible. I guess in theory it is possible. I'm not super knowledgeable about game design, but it's just not practical. It's not practical. And also, from a business standpoint, because again, remember, as much as people like to villainize studios for this, they're still a business. And I understand villainizing them to an extent, but like, they're still a business. They still got to make money, right? They can't continue to pay people, and they can't continue to make post-launch content and support the game if they're not making money to put into that. You know, it's one of the reasons why Battlefront 2 support ended. They didn't have money post-launch to fund the game, right? So they still got to make profits. As much as people want to villainize that, it's just a reality, and that's not necessarily an evil thing, you know? So it also makes sense to just make a new game to, yes, make money and to sell more games, but also to make money, to make the game better, and to make post-launch content better. Because I believe, I know I'm getting really passionate about this, but I still strongly believe this. I know we live in a day and age where free updates and free post-launch content is the norm. I understand that, and that's cool as a consumer, that's good. But in a game like this, is that practical? I don't know. I look at the post-launch content of Battlefront 2, and I look at the post-launch content of Battlefront 2015. And I know they're different games, different circumstances. I understand that Battlefront 2 had the launch day fiasco that I also don't agree with. I don't agree that it was pay to win, but it was kind of the straw that brought the camel's back. That's a whole other discussion that we can get into if you want. I'm very passionate about that as well. It's so funny. I literally made a whole presentation. Oh, I'm such a nerd. I made a whole presentation in school about, well, no, I didn't make a presentation. Someone made a presentation in class about pay to win in video games. And they used Battlefront as an example. And literally, and I was like the Star Wars guy in school because, duh. So literally my entire class and my teacher turned to me after the presentation. I was like, what do you think? And I got really passionate about it, but whatever. That's a whole different discussion if you want. But I look at the post-launch content for Battlefront 2, which was free, unpaid. And I look at the post-launch content for Battlefront 2015, which was paid and had seasons. The post-launch content for Battlefront 2015 is not only better than the post-launch content of 2017, in my opinion. It is also the best post-launch content in any game ever. Maybe I'm biased, but a new season every 3 months, 2 new heroes, new maps, a new game mode, new HUT contracts, new skins, new blasters. Like, we did not appreciate how good the post-launch content, the DLC, was for Battlefront 2015. People did not appreciate it. It is still to this day, I think, the best DLC for any game. So I look at Battlefront 2, which had free post-launch content, And like Obi-Wan and Anakin and Grievous and Dooku, they're cool. And this map, like you said, is so beautiful and is so good. But it was so slow and was so little, you know? That I don't know if it makes sense. I would happily... I understand the argument that paid DLC splits up players. I totally get that. And like I said, I'm not a business guy. I'm not in the know about game design or business economics, game economics. That's the right term. I'm not in the know about that, so maybe I'm wrong, and I'm totally open to that. It's totally possible I'm wrong. But as a consumer, I think it's more worth it to have that paid DLC to possibly split up the player base more, but to have that DLC be higher quality than to have free DLC, slower DLC, and less DLC. Does that make sense? True, though, Battlefront would need skins for each character. It would, and you could do it. Some skins, some characters would have less skins than others, and it would get to a point where eventually you would have, like, Beach Anakin and Christmas Darth Vader. But that's cool. I'm sorry, that's cool. You know, there is a line, though. Like, you get to a point where, like, Call of Duty, we're seeing this Call of Duty now, where Call of Duty has just become a... Like, they want to be Fortnite so badly. Battlefront cannot become that. Like, Battlefront 3 cannot become that. But, you know, seasonal skins, that's cool. I'm sorry, that's cool. I mess with that. Give Vader a candy cane lightsaber, I mess with that. I'm sorry. Also, I don't know if you like Lego, but what do you think about the Lego Star Wars sets? I also have a strong opinion of this. I don't get Lego a lot anymore. I used to back in the day. It's not because I don't like Lego. It's more just because I don't have the money for it anymore. I have to be responsible and use my money on other things. I don't make a huge income right now, which is one of the many goals of starting YouTube up again. Is I would love to make a more consistent income from my channels, to not only, like, you know, fund my life, like, you know, living, just basic living needs, but also so I can splurge every now and again on things like Legos, or Lego. I was in a Lego store the other day for the first time in a couple months, and holy crap, are these boxes small. And holy crap, are these sets expensive. Like, what is going on? These sets are becoming smaller and smaller, while the prices are going up and up. The summer wave for this year for Star Wars is, in my opinion, the best Lego Star Wars wave since, like, 2015. 2019, maybe. No, 2015. 2012, 2015. It is one of the best Lego Star Wars waves in the past decade. But the sets are so small and they're so expensive for their size. Like that Obi-Wan Kenobi that what's it called? Is it the Raptor or the V, whatever. The Kenobi clone, I think Cody and or just no, Clone Pilot. Kenobi Clone Pilot and Venture set. Such a good set. Such a good minifigures. It's so small though. Make that shit bigger. Like you look at the Clone Wars version of that came out in what, 2011 with Mace Windu. It's so much bigger. It's so much better. The Clone Turbo Tank, it's still a good set this year, but look at the last Clone Turbo Tank we have. What's going on? The Star Destroyer that came out last year, okay? This is the big one that really grinds my gears, and I'm sorry you're seeing a little more of an upset version of me. I don't like to be negative or upset as much as that often, but I like to stay positive, but dude, you see the Star Destroyer set that came out last year for $160? And the size of it? Don't even. That set should be $80 max. For the size of it. It should be $80 max. And it is $160. It is a good set. It's not a bad set in itself. The figures are great. Cal Kestis, of course they put Cal Kestis in the most expensive set, so I'm not going to get a Cal Kestis figure unless I buy it separately. It should not be $160. $100 maybe. Not $160. Pisses me off. That's also partly why I don't get Lego anymore. It's so expensive for the size of it. I would love to get Lego. I did get the X Mansion. I splurged on the X Mansion because I knew it was coming out. The X-Men are one of my favorite teams in fiction. I love the X-Men so much. Cyclops, I love Cyclops, my favorite Marvel character, right? So, as big of an X-Men fan as I am, I had to splurge on the X-Mansion. And if they made like a UCS Mustafar, I would also have to splurge and get it because Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie of all time, right? So it was kind of that situation. But for the sets that aren't like that, I can't justify getting them because they're just so expensive for the size. Like what I was saying, because those have many clone-related sets and ones that have old sets too, but too pricey and small. Yeah, I mean they're finally making Clone Wars era sets, and it's awesome. This is what we've wanted for so long. But I can't, dude. Like, what do they expect us to do? They expect us to pay this price for these small sets? It's crazy. I wish I could. I genuinely wish I could. Because they're good sets. It's not the quality of the sets that's the issue. The quality of the sets is really good. It's just the price and the size of these sets are so small. I can't afford. Like, I just can't justify it, man. I only sometimes get Lego because I'm mostly doing stuff for animations, like drawing tablet and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I have to get stuff that's furthering my career and stuff, and what I want to do in life, instead of I don't want to do sequel trilogy maps right now. Have we done too many sequel trilogy maps? I can't justify splurging all that much on. And like whenever I spend my money on stuff that isn't related to like stuff that I want to, you know, my career or future career, hopeful career that I'm working towards, I use it on just like hanging out with friends, you know, like going out to the movies or going out, just hanging out one day, going to the bar, like all that stuff. I use the money for that instead of, you know, like Legos or stuff like that. Just because, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not making that consistent income from YouTube yet. So I really got to be picky and choosy. Naboo, yes, finally. Okay, let's load in here. Night? No, okay, it's not night feed, but feed is still good. Get this guy. Come on. That's fine. I saw a video the other day. A video came up on my feed the other day of a team actually destroying the MTT in this first phase, which rarely ever happens. I think I've only seen it once ever in my Battlefront 2 career. Absolutely crazy. Impressive. Very impressive, but crazy.
MTT taking damage. Who's that? Some kind of Republic hero?
This is just long range enough. But no, man, I really do wish I was more into Lego. It was like everything back when I was growing up. But I haven't gotten a Lego set for Christmas. I mean, I'm also older, obviously, but I haven't gotten a Lego set for Christmas in a long time, man. Like, probably 6 years. And, it's less of like a sad thing where it's like, man, I'm old. Like, I'm old and I'm not getting Lego sets for Christmas anymore. Damn. Oh, Yoda. Yoda? I said this since the very beginning of this game, and I stand by it to this day. Yoda is the most underrated hero in this game. Everyone underestimates Yoda. Everyone thinks he's not great. I just think people don't know how to play Yoda. I think Yoda is genuinely one of the best. He's so small, he's so hard to hit, and he does do a lot of damage. I gotta take a drink of water. My throat's getting a little itchy. Senyoda? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. That was weird. Oh, what's up, Hijack? Over on the Twitch side. No, the Lego has only gotten more expensive. Just wait until tariffs hit Denmark for no reason. 100 for a small ship. Well, they already do that. We were just talking about that. The Star Destroyer they released last year is way smaller than the other Star Destroyers. I'm not talking about UCS. Like, UCS Star Destroyer, I get, like, it's gonna be expensive, but it's also gonna be, it's a UCS set, bigger. But like just a classic consumer, what's it called, play scale Star Destroyer last year they released was so much smaller in comparison to the others, and it's $160. What are you doing? That ship should be $80 max, maybe 100 because of inflation. Like, sure, maybe I can forgive $100. 160? No freaking way. Nah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. To be honest, I think they're building a Lego Clone Army, but it's too expensive nowadays. It really is, which sucks because they're finally releasing clone battle packs again. I did get one of those. I did get the first Power First battle pack a couple years ago just because I had to, because of the whole we want a Power First battle pack thing. But I wanted to get the 2012 battle pack. I wanted to get the other battle pack, you know, but they're just so expensive, man. Like, I can't. They're finally making Clone Wars battle packs, which is what we wanted for, like, forever. Forever, bro. And now, yeah. Kyle Hans, I've returned. How's the stream been good, man. Been good. We're just chilling. Talking about Star Wars. We had a whole discussion about Old Republic. What Star Wars should do with Old Republic. We had a discussion about how, with like what Battlefront 3 should look like. You know, what they should do with that. We had a discussion about how I think Star Wars should prioritize kind of investing in bringing the fans back instead of just purely profit. Sad thing is that the prices are needed. I know too much about the Lego business process for reason, you know. Well, yeah. What is cool, what is understandable is that they're Lego bricks. I believe they make Lego bricks now, but that are like fully. Are they biodegradable or are they just like non-toxic or, you know, environmental friendly? Which, that's great. Like I'm all for that. I'm all for these Lego bricks being, you know, non-toxic to the environment and whatnot. It's just, I don't know. I mean, do they really have to be this expensive for the size? Could they not make them a little bigger? At least. Yes, like Lego is so expensive. This is why I most likely won't buy Lego if they won't get cheaper. Yeah. No, exactly. I'm with you. They have to go on mega ultra sale, but also they need to go on mega ultra sale, but they also need to have money to spend on Lego during that mega ultra sale. They like both. It's got to be like this perfect combination of mega ultra sale, and I need to have the money at that particular time to splurge on them. Like with the X Mansion, we knew that was coming for a while, and we knew the price of that for a while. So while should it have been $250 over $300? Probably, but like I said, it was the X Mansion, right? So I had to. It was the exception to the rule. Either make it bigger or make it cheaper. I'm with you. I'm with you. And like Hijack said in the Twitch chat, I understand that there's other reasons why they're priced, but as a consumer, I just can't justify myself buying these sets anymore unless, like you said, they either stay the same price and make them bigger, or stay the same size and make them cheaper. Moving on, so I've had to sell their Lego Star Wars. Damn, had those of the old battle packs and UCS sets too. It's the reality of growing up, Kyle. It's the reality of growing up. It's a sad time. I hope you got a decent deal for them though. I have a lot of Funko. I've been considering that as well, selling some of my Funko, because I have a lot of Funko Pops. The old set we need is a Death Star again. Like, it was so good. They are making a Death Star, I believe. I think, right? But it's, But just not made the Death Star too expensive. Yeah, that Death Star I think is rumored to be $1,000. I'm not kidding. I mean, let's see how it looks before we really, you know, criticize the price, but whew. I won't be getting that for a long time. But I also am fortunate enough to have gotten the original Lego Death Star. Before it retired and they did the updated one, I do have the original Death Star. How many? I think it's 1,000. I could be wrong, but I think I saw it was 1,000. Yeah, so I don't know. There is a rumor, I think, about the size and the minifigures and whatnot. I forgot that, but yeah, 1,000 is quite a lot. The main 2 points: one, licensing only has gotten more expensive and they are seeing less returns in general. Bricks are way more expensive than you think. Unfortunately, it's going to slowly move away closer to collector's item more than any casual collectible toys. No, yeah. No, like, I get it. I get it for, like, logically. I get it logically. It's just, as a consumer, it's just, like I said, I just can't justify... I just can't justify it. I can't justify spending money consistently on Lego these days, and it's sad. Some maps we haven't played yet, if possible. Hoth again. I'll play Hoth because Hoth was when we had the long discussion about Old Republic and everything, and I didn't play that well, so there's some good gameplay on Hoth. By normal gaming PC with Battlefront and other games. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. No, a $1,000 Death Star definitely takes the UCS name, the Ultimate Collector Series, to like the ultimate definition of UCS, for sure. Like 1K is 1K. No, what? Yeah, 1K is 1K, for sure. Yeah, that's what it's coming down to these days. It's, you know, do I spend $160 on this Star Destroyer, or do I spend $160 on, I don't know, what, like 2.5 video games? Do I spread it out over a lot of things? Do I save that for a day out, you know, at the amusement park with my friends? Like, you know, what do you do? At where I'm at in life, I'd rather spend that $160 on either on a couple other video games, in my experience, and for me also, skins in Marvel Rivals, or yeah, a day out or a couple days out with my friends is much more valuable to me than $160 smaller Death Star, Star Destroyer. What are the more recent UCS sets priced at? They vary. They vary. I think the Venator was like $500, which sucked because that Venator is so freaking good. I really want to get the Venator someday. Like, if my YouTube ever pops off, I'm getting that Venator, bro. That Venator. I'm usually not a UCS guy. I'm usually a guy who gets Lego sets for the minifigs and for the more like display, but like the balance between display and minifigures. And the Venator only has 2 figures. The Rex now not being exclusive anymore, which it shouldn't be. I stand by that too. People are upset that the Captain Rex is in a $10 set, or, you know, $11 set, $15 set with the micro ship. I don't care. It's good that that's there. Like, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, even 23-year-olds should not be forced to spend $500 for a screen-accurate Captain Rex figure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's a hot take. But the Venator's so freaking good. But it was like $500. Like $500 for a Venator, bro. And it's so good. Again, it's never the quality, or no, not never. More often than not, it's not the quality of the sets that's bad. The Venator is so good. The Razor Crest, I think Razor Crest was what, 250, 300, maybe closer to 500. I don't know. The Razor Crest was so good, dude. That set was beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, just so expensive. 160, you can buy like those real slick lightsabers too. Yeah, 160 can buy you a bare bones NeoPixel lightsaber. Yeah. Think of like learning one in a form for some reason. Oh no, dude, you're preaching to the choir there, bro. I am a lightsaber fiend. Lightsaber. I mean, I have more like Funko and Lego than I do lightsabers, but I love lightsabers. I used to be able to tell you like every person's lightsaber. Obviously, I know the main ones, but I used to be able to tell you like even like Plo Koon's, Kiadimundis, Luminaras. I probably still could, honestly. Ayla Secura's. No, dude. Like if I ever do have that disposable income, I'm prioritizing lightsabers over anything else, bro. I freaking love lightsabers, man. Started to learn the basic one and doing great. Awesome, dude. That's so sick. That's so sick. Nah, there's nothing cooler than a lightsaber. Like, genuinely. I cannot think of anything cooler than a lightsaber. Yeah, Revenator is sick. The Venator's so good, man. The Venator's so good. And this is what we were saying before. Like, they're finally making prequel trilogy sets. They're finally making Clone Wars era sets. Sets that we've been asking for a decade now. Decade plus, maybe. And it's just... You know what happened? You know what happened? We were kids when we were asking for those sets, right? We were kids. So we just... You know, we didn't have any responsibilities. We didn't have to be smart with our money. Any money we got, we just buy Legos. We ask for Legos for Christmas. It's not our money, you know? What do we need to worry about in life? Homework, right? You know, we just gotta buy Legos. That's all we had to worry about, and it was great. But now a decade later, decade later, or older, you know, we can't just be asking for Legos for Christmas. We gotta actually be practical with our money. So it's like it's that too. A Keyblade? Nah, bro. Lightsaber. Whatever happened to the Eclipse game, by the way? I want to say it's still happening. There hasn't been any official announcement of it being canceled. I think also one of the developers or one of the social media accounts posted something recently, so I don't know. I hope it's still coming out. I'm hoping for the best of it, but it might never come out. I'm more concerned about the KOTOR remake at this point. That also could probably be canceled, but it was said that it was still in development, so who knows? I can imagine myself just grabbing a random stick on the ground when somebody tries to rob you and then just pull the Obi spin on him. No, that's so real. I had... whenever we would... This isn't... I say whenever, like, it would happen a lot. There were a couple times in school, in middle school, where they would take us on just a hiking trail that was, like, right behind the school. And, I would always pick up a stick. And I would always get yelled at and say, put the stick down. Because I would be just doing lightsaber moves. I can't help it. I can't help it. It's a like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? See a well-made stick? Not pick it up and spin it like a lightsaber? Come on. Come on. What do you expect me to do there? Have some fun. Live a little. I'll even, like, spin baseball bats around like a lightsaber sometimes. Anything that vaguely resembles a lightsaber, I'm sorry. I'm gonna spin around like lightsaber. I'm making lightsaber noises with you know, like, have fun. Same means same. Yeah. Yeah. So, also, like, looking at it from a teacher perspective, I get it. Like, you can't have a kid, you know, spinning a stick around accidentally hitting people, right? Like, I understand, but at the same time, like, it's like, what do you expect me to do? I'd probably be like, hey, dude, pretty cool. I get why you do that. Gotta put it down. I'm sorry, gotta put it down. I'd probably be cool about it like that if I was a teacher in that situation. I have, like, a stick collection at home here using daily. Nice, dude. Nice. I think there's a subreddit that's just all about, like, finding cool sticks, which is, like, such a guy thing. That is such a guy thing. I love the post where it's like, you know, brought this home, wife didn't get it, posting it so dudes will understand. I'm paraphrasing, of course. That's not the exact quotes, but, like, you know, hoping you guys will appreciate it. It's just a bunch of men just liking the post, being like, yep, that's a cool stick. And it is a cool stick. We as men have such simple minds And I love it. If I was the teacher, I would call him out on the duel. Fair enough. Well, I did actually have one really cool teacher. I had one really cool teacher. And I'll be straight up and say, yeah, this was the most virgin thing ever in high school. Like, it's why I didn't get women in high school. Like, totally. Or didn't get girls in high school. But, I had this one really cool teacher who literally, and I'm not kidding, literally let me and my friend lightsaber fight in class. Genuinely. It, like, obviously it was the most virgin thing ever, but did I care? No. Do I look back on it and care? Hell no. If I get an opportunity to play with a lightsaber, I'll play with a freaking lightsaber. Also, throwing rocks off big cliffs, amazing. Yeah, throwing rocks off big cliffs, breaking ice, simple minds. Coolest teacher award? Oh, dude. Yeah, coolest teacher award. For sure. He did make, it was a science class. It was a physics class. So, like, it was during our class parties. You know, like, for, like, Halloween or spring break or end of school year or whatever. You know, winter break. He did make us wear goggles. like the science goggles to make eye protection. But, yeah. Yeah. It was cool. You need a teacher like that? Dude, rare. Very rare. I was honestly surprised. It was great. Us men, simple minds are so simple, gang, but still. Yeah. I don't mind. There's those memes too where it's like a dude's apartment with a mattress with no bed frame, just a mattress on the floor, a TV on the floor, a controller, box of pizza, and a beer. Or, you know, a soda, depending on your age. And women are like, I don't get how men can be happy like this. And it's just men in the comments being like, nice, dude. It's like, yeah, that's all we need, bro. That's all we need. I had a girlfriend for like 7 months somehow, and she said she didn't understand you. Like, hey, look, I mean, I'm not trying to cause a divide. Men and women are different, but also they're the same. But, like, you know, they live differently, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with men being able to find happiness and simpleness, and there's also nothing wrong with women not understanding it. Like, both are totally valid. Both are totally valid. We're not sexist around these parts. We support everybody here. That being said, though, as a man, I do like a nice stick. I do like throwing rocks off of cliffs. I do like breaking ice and seeing ice break. And happiness really is as simple as playing a video game with some buddies while chilling out with some snacks. We already broke up. To be honest, I find happiness in a Comic-Con with nerds and me to talk to stuff. That would be awesome. Yeah, dude. Comic-Con, anything like that's great. Like I said earlier, that's the whole point of these channels, right? Is to have a place on the internet where people can come together and share their love of Star Wars, of Marvel, of DC, you know, depending on the channel, without any kind of judgment, and, you know, feeling safe to voice their opinions and loves and not feel like they're looked down upon. Oh, looks like we're lagging a little bit. I apologize. It should hopefully fix itself. Okay, it looks like it just fixed itself. I apologize for that lag if you guys experience any lag. If not, great. But oh, we're lagging a little bit. Don't know why that's happening. Maybe because I'm multi-streaming, honestly. The multi-stream just might be a little too much on the hardware. I gotta clean out my PC as well. It's very dusty. That might be causing a lot of the issues and some of the lag. I haven't cleaned it out since I built it 2.5 years ago. Maybe I gotta get on that.
We have orders for the final phase of our attack. Regroup and make ready.
Put down back then in 3rd, 4th grade, but I worked through it and got to new school, so it's all good now. That's good, man. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, no, man, me too. I was always someone who never cared. Well, I don't want to say never, but, like, I really didn't care what people thought of me. I mean, obviously, to a degree, I did. Like all humans, even if we say that we don't care, like, part of us still does care, you know? But really, at the end of the day, I really didn't care what people thought of me. Like, I was just openly the biggest nerd ever. Like, I wore graphic tees up until like junior year of high school. And I mean that in a way, like, not in a stylish way. Like, I literally just wore, like, it was bad. It was bad. Looking back on it, it was bad. I wore, like, basketball shorts and graphic tees where the colors did not go together and they did not fit me well. And I didn't really care about styling my hair. Like, it did get to the extent where it was bad, but it more so, like, the example with the lightsaber, you know, like, I didn't care that I was lightsaber fighting in class in front of this hot girl. Like, I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. I care about having fun and enjoying what I enjoy over the judging of people. Did I get bullied for it? Yeah, duh. Like, oh, that's gonna happen. Sometimes it hurts, sure, but like, that didn't stop me from continuing to enjoy it and be me. And I understand I understand that other people struggle with that a lot, and that's unfortunate. Which is, again, it's another reason why with these channels I want this to be a safe space. So I firsthand I understand how it can be growing up in high school and even post high school and college and just real life as an adult, especially as an adult. Sometimes, you know, being a nerd and being a fan of this stuff and being bullied for it and looked down on and hated on for it. Like, I look back on this and laugh. At the time, it kind of confused me, but even now, as I'm older, it confused me even more. In 5th and 6th grade, I'm like 10, 11, 12 years old, right? In 5th and 6th grade, I had kids telling me, "Aren't you too old to like Star Wars?" In 5th and 6th grade. 10, 11, 12 years old. People were telling me, aren't you a little old to like Star Wars? What? Never too old to like Star Wars. You're not too old to really like anything. I stand by that. Like, I mean, there obviously are exceptions, right? But, you know, if you want to watch some, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what a good example is, honestly, but like, don't be ashamed to like what you like. As long as it's not hurting anybody, don't be ashamed to like what you like. Don't be ashamed to be happy and have a good time. Again, unless it's negatively impacting somebody, either yourself or someone else. Don't be ashamed about liking stuff. Don't let people talk you into thinking you're wrong or you're worth less or whatever for liking something. Yeah, that's absolutely wild to be thinking back on it. It was crazy back then, too. To myself, I'm like, no, what do you mean? But even now, it's even crazier now to think about. I also like drawing, and some people said I can draw pretty good, like Sonic stuff. Nice, dude. When he said it's fire as F. I also like JJK and draw a lot of it. Most say it's like 10 out of 10 drawing, but I think it's like mid. I mean, that's awesome, dude. I cannot draw for the life of me. I'm always super impressed with people who can draw well, because I just don't see art that way, you know? I don't look at a page and see how to draw something. It amazes me. It's a really impressive skill. Supremacy? We're not playing Supremacy. That's gonna last like 4 hours. I'm also a JJK fan. Do you have like any other anime? I don't like JJK as much as other people, but I do like it. My favorite anime is Demon Slayer, with Attack on Titan being a close second. In 5th and 6th grade, told you about saying about Sonic? Yeah, dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's like, no, you are prime age for Sonic back then. Not that there necessarily is a prime. Like I said, you know, I don't care how old you are. 16, 17, 4 years old, 24, 62. Like, be a fan of Sonic. I don't care. Like, you know, just enjoy what you enjoy. There's no too old, you know, to enjoy that. But you're arguably at the prime age to enjoy Sonic there. Like, I was arguably not arguably. George Lucas has said many times, Star Wars is for 12-year-olds. Takodana? Nope. Nope. We're not playing Takodana. For possibly the last game of the stream, we're not going to play Takodana. Mostly like JJK only, but I plan to watch My Hero Academia and maybe Demon Slayer 2, but mostly JJK only. Fair enough. I'm a season and a half into My Hero. I had to stop watching anime because I was just I wasn't watching enough live action content, and it was affecting how I see my art and stuff. But I do plan to. I'm gonna finish My Hero or catch up by My Hero by the time the final season starts airing in October, I think. Favorite character in JJK is Mahito. Dude, that is crazy. I also love Mahito. I am a big Mahito defender. Not defender in his actions per se, but just in the fact that, like, yeah, he's a villain. You're supposed to dislike him. That's kind of the whole point. There's too many villains these days that are like trying to be sympathetic, and I get it, and it works. You know, that's not a bad way to write a villain necessarily. It's good to have villains that you can kind of see, you know, where they're coming from. Like Killmonger's a great villain like that. Like Thanos, I am not huge on Thanos having a more of a relatable backstory per se, but I get it, and it is well written. Magneto, my favorite, you know, probably third favorite villain of all time after oh my gosh, should we get Night Mos Eisley? This is like the second favorite map in the whole game. This map is so rare. But I love Magneto. Magneto is such a villain, like you look at, and he's not always a villain as well, but you look at him like, oh, I can totally see where he's coming from. But Mahito, it's okay. We also need villains that are just pure evil. Like Palpatine, like Joker, like Mahito. Mahito's so fun because he's just pure evil and he just likes it. My favorite character is Yuji. I think it's Yuji, Nobara. I haven't watched it in a hot minute. Yuji, Nobara, maybe then Mahito. I also really like Toji. I like Toto. I like Panda. I like the dude with his power is like speaking. I forgot his name. I like Mai a lot as well. Maki's cool, but I like Mai. Yeah, I don't know if I'm Mahito Glazer, but I'm definitely like, no, Mahito's a great character. I'm sorry. He's a character that's supposed to be so fun you dislike him. Like, you like him because he's so fun to dislike. Like the Joker in that sense. Yeah, exactly. He was made to be hated. He was made to kill those friends of Yuji, or like the original character in general. Exactly. He was made to be Yuji's archenemy. Like, that's kind of the whole point. I like Venom and Carnage, like symbiotes of Marvel mostly. I like Carnage more. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mahito, Kashimo. Who's Kashimo? I'm not familiar with a lot of their names. I don't remember a lot of their names. If you describe the character, I'd remember. Yuta, that's fair. My two of my friends, their favorite character is Yuta as well. I don't know if you know Kashimo, but he'll be in season 3. Ah, okay. He's like a complete battle maniac. Like, he lives for the thrill of the battle. Oh, interesting. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know every character. I know the ending. I know certain things. I don't know a lot of the in-betweens, though. Okay, this is one of my hot takes. I have a lot of JJK hot takes, but one of my hot takes is my least favorite arc is, what is it? I forgot the name of the arc, but it's the arc at the beginning of season 2 with young Gojo and Geto. Although I love Toji. That's my least favorite arc. My favorite arc is actually the movie. Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I really like that movie. That's my favorite arc of the show, or of the story so far. That's been adapted. Even Battle Takuna, and you almost even got him. Oh wow, that's awesome. Sir.
Full assault.
We'll make our stand against the Empire here. Defend these command posts.
The Shibuya incident right now, but I think it'll be the Culling Games, which is in season 3 as well. I've heard people hype up Culling Games a lot. I mean, season 2 ended on a pretty hype, I guess, kind of cliffhanger, right? I'm excited. Yeah, the Shibuya incident is definitely really good. My two things with JJK, one for me just feels a lot more like, hey, look at this really badass moment. Look at this really badass character. Aren't they so cool? Rather than having more like character depth and character moments. For me, just for me, it lessens a little bit. I'm more into character moments like that. But I also think I had JJK season 2 specifically overhyped for me. Like, my friends were saying this is like the best season of anime like ever. And they built it up for me so much that I was like, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. Like, my expectations for season 2 was so high. So I'm curious to rewatch it. I'm not gonna watch JJK or rewatch it until right before season 3 comes out. And I'm curious to rewatch it with that time in between, knowing what happens, if it'll impact my enjoyment. Because that happens sometimes. Like, when I go back to rewatch things, I find, oh, I actually like it more than I remember.
Get clear.
Just begging them to make Season 3 good, do Kashima right. Fair enough, because Kishima's so badass, like, he killed Panda, I think. Oh, no! Spoilers! I don't know if he survived that. Kashima even got killed, almost killed Hikari, a guy who could become immortal for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Oh, wow. Battle so peak. No, I mean, the battles are peak. The animation is really good. Like, it definitely delivers on the aura badass moments. Definitely. It's still good. Sometimes I have a tendency to get a little loud with my voice and my speaking, so I hope everything has been good. Also based off 3 of my own characters from Yuta, Kashimo, and Mayuto in the form of Eminence as Yuta, Bolt as Kashimo, and Gris as Mayuto. Nice. Nice. Yeah, anime is a great place for inspiration, for sure. I mean, anywhere is a great place for inspiration, but I like so good story for each of them. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Dude, that should be cool. That should be cool. Like I said, definitely take your time. Like, don't beat yourself up if you don't get it right away. It's definitely frustrating. I found it to be frustrating in the beginning. You know, take breaks. That's the thing, too. When you find yourself getting frustrated learning something, it's just my own, 2 cents in my own experience. When I found myself getting frustrated with, like, learning Blender and learning how to model and animate all the puppet and everything, I found myself getting frustrated, so I just took breaks. I was like, all right, this is it for right now. This is it for the day. And I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'll come back later when I'm more level-headed. Gotta go now, though. Have fun with the gaming and wishing all good. Thank you, man. Wishing best to you as well. See you later. See you later, Crazy Animation. Thanks for tuning in, man.
This is where we make our final stand. This is where
Have a good
we'll
one.
show the Empire that the flame of rebellion cannot be quenched.
I don't think I've ever looked up on this map before. Nice. They were behind me. I can. Get some Cow Kestis action here. We got some Han before. Get some lightsaber. There's a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I can get. Oh, perfect. Give me that. Give me that. I need to get my health back. Oh, definitely made the right choice here of getting a lightsaber hero. 100%. They're glitched into the ship. Dude, Abel's honestly so good, man. Genuinely is so good. Oh, gotcha. That I'm notoriously bad at lightsaber battles, but especially when other people are shooting at me at the same time. Oh, I'm dead. No. Crap. There's no way I could have survived that. Can I go up here? I just like spawn camp him. Yeah, they're coming. They're on the right. Hello. That's this. I mean. Better kill streak. Holy crap. We have to hold this point for like 8 minutes total. Everybody's froze a little bit. That's bad. Dengar, that killed it. Damn it. And Dengar there killed the shriek. That's so unfortunate. It's all good. It's all good. This is the last game of the stream anyway, so don't worry about it. What stream on for? Just this one game, so it looks like, you know, 4-ish minutes more. Maybe slightly more, depending on how long overtime goes. Sitting right there. The Cal Kestis game, are they worth it? Yes. Yes. I didn't like Fallen Order. That's the first one. On my first playthrough, I felt like the gameplay was kind of unintuitive and not super smooth. Then I played it again right before I played Jedi Survivor, which is the second one, and I liked it a lot more. Jedi Survivor, I really love. I really, really like Jedi Survivor. It's one of my favorite Star Wars games ever. I don't want to hype it up too much for you, though, but the first half is solid. The second half is where it really picks up. No, I'd definitely recommend them if you're a Star Wars fan, for sure. Cal Kestis is one of my favorite, not only just one of my favorite new Star Wars characters from the post-Disney era, or I guess, you know, the Disney era, but just one of my favorite Star Wars characters, period. He's such a great character. Another one? Oh, do we go again? Nah, we're gonna go with Bo-Katan this time.
It could be worse.
So like it feels a bit Aura game, because like the Empire's trying to stop you, and I want to get Star Wars Force Unleashed 2 too. I haven't played those games since they first came out, but I remember loving them as a kid. They're on what are they? They're on PlayStation Premium, I think. Right, PlayStation Plus Premium
Keep pressing.
or Extra, whatever. So I do want to play them before that subscription of mine runs out. Back up a little bit. Don't want to die too quickly. The second one is real good. Yeah, no, the second one is real good. First one is good too. The second one is real good. Shots. Nothing but headshots. Nothing but headshots. Yup.
I'm almost disappointed.
Starkiller is one of your favorite characters in Star Wars, as he should be. Fair enough. Nah, he's great. And plus, so is Sam Witwer. We love Sam Witwer here. Love Sam Witwer. Great actor. Seems like a great guy. Huge Star Wars fan. Big Sam Witwer fans. Close quarters with that filled up is not going to be as good for a blaster hero as it is going to be a lightsaber hero. That's fine. I think I'm going to try to get Battlefront 2 though, because it looks all fire. Ron, how long is the game? Okay, how long is the game? That's a good question. It depends on the game mode. Supremacy, those games could take hours. Galactic Assault, I'd say... You know what? I've actually never timed it before. I want to say maybe like 20, maybe, for Galactic Assault max. And then other game modes are shorter, depending on the player count.
The Imperial assault is fast coming to an end. Just hold for a bit longer.
Too far there. Got a little too excited. Wookiee Warrior available. Let's go for it. Sizely's so good, bro. Definitely one of the best maps in the game. Night Feed and Night Mos Eisley. Right, end of the game. First place. Least eliminations, but highest score. Interesting. Well, guys, that'll be it for this morning stream. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in. Charles, Curry's Animations, Kyle, King Hambo, Hijack. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for subscribing as well, everyone who subscribed. So I'll be doing another stream tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll schedule that stream probably right after this one is over, a couple minutes after that. Maybe I'll see you there. If not, I hope you have a great day, great week. Until next time I see you, make sure to stay positive, have a good time, stay safe, and yeah, just be kind.